Hey guys, welcome to Green Bean Fiction. So in today's video we are gonna see what if Deku got transported to Pokemon World. Part 2, MHA X Pokemon. Before starting, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you are interested in MHA fanfictions. This story is Izuku's journey through the world of Pokemon by MHA NDN13ND0 fan. Now without wasting any more time, let's dive in. Referee. The battle between the Petalburg gym leader, Norman, and the challenger, Izuku, will now begin. Each side will use 3 Pokemon and the battle will be over when all 3 Pokemon on either side are unable to continue. Furthermore, only the challenger is allowed to substitute Pokemon. Airy. Miss Lazuli. Lazuli. What is it, Airy? Airy. Is Papa going to fight as well? Lazuli. No, that's not allowed. Even if your Papa has superpowers, it's not allowed. Airy sighed in relief. Izuku. All right. I've already decided on my 3 Pokemon to use. Referee. Ready. B? Hey, Norman, it's been a while. We were hoping to get a good battle going for old times' sake. Everyone turned around and saw Norman. Ash. Hey, it's been a while, but I'm afraid I have to decline. I'm about to start a gym battle with this young man. Ash looked bummed out. Ash. Aw man. Ricky. Wait a minute, Inazuma. Ash's Pikachu froze. Peeboo. Wait. The only one who calls me that is Ricky? You evolved? Ash and Izuku. You know each other? Author's note. New intro. Ricky. Inazuma is the very first friend I made. We've known each other since we were 3 years old. Peeboo. I can't believe you evolved. What happened to that Everstone? Ricky. Long story short, I got punched in the gut pretty hard and it broke the Everstone. So, I evolved. Didn't know you had a trainer now. Peeboo. That makes 2 of us. Ash. How about we introduce ourselves? Hi. I'm Ash Ketchum. And this is my buddy, Pikachu. Izuku. Pikachu? Rotom phone. Pikachu, the mouse Pokemon. An electric type. Pikachu have pouches on their cheeks that can store electricity, which they release if threatened. Male and female Pikachu have differently shaped tails. Izuku. Nice to meet you, Ash and Pikachu. I'm Izuku Midoriya. And this is my Lucario, Ricky Steele. He calls me CG. Pikachu. Still can't get rid of that habit, huh, Ricky? Ricky. Kinda obvious. Pikachu. Well, Izuku. My real name is Peeboo Electro, but I prefer to be called Pikachu. Airy walked on over to them. Airy. Hi. I'm Airy Midoriya. Ash. Oh, is she your little sister? Izuku's sweat dropped. Izuku. Well. Izuku went on to explain everything. Ash. Wow. Sorry about all that. At least Airy's safe now, though. Airy nodded. Ash. It's too bad we can't have a battle with you, Norman. Norman. I have an idea. How about we make this into a kind of challenge? A double battle. You and Izuku, against me. The catch is, I use 4 Pokemon while you use only 1. A 4 on 2. Izuku. What? Ash. I'm in. What about you, Izuku? Izuku. You What do you say, Ricky? Ricky. I'm down. Ash. All right, then. Let's do this, Norman. Then let's get this battle started. So they got into position. Referee. Battle begin. Izuku. Ricky. Let's go beyond. Ash. K. Pikachu. I choose you. The 2 jumped into the battlefield. Norman. Slacketh. Vigoroth. Go. He sends out his Slacketh and Slacketh. I'm tired. Vigoroth. Ready to go. Rotom phone. Vigoroth. The wild monkey Pokemon. A normal type. And the evolved form of Slacketh. Vigoroth is only comfortable going berserk, will destroy anything in its path by spinning both arms, and goes more berserk when done. Izuku. So it likes to go out of control. Ash. Pikachu. Use quick attack. Pikachu tried to hit Slacketh but Slacketh avoided it. Norman. Vigoroth. Use ice punch. Vigoroth clenched his fist and it was enveloped in an icy aura and rushed at Pikachu. Izuku. Ricky. Use Bone Rush. Ricky. On it. Ricky charged in with a bone staff and hit Vigoroth. Norman. Slacketh. Use Blizzard. Slacketh shot out a blizzard attack from his mouth. Ash. Pikachu. Use Thunderbolt. Pikachu was able to counter the blizzard. Izuku. Ricky. Sinnoh Strike. Ash. Wait, what? Pikachu. What? Ricky. On it? Pikachu. Ricky. No, don't you remember what? Ricky chuckles. Ricky. Oh, Inazuma. A lot has happened since we last saw each other. Ricky activates one for Aura and rushes at Slacketh at an incredible speed. Ricky. Sinnoh Strike. Ricky manages to land a good hit on Slacketh and sends him flying to the wall. Ash. Whoa. What was that? Pikachu. Ricky. But how? You always broke your bones whenever you use that. Ricky. It's a good thing CG has a power like this as well. He taught me what I needed to know. Pikachu stared at Izuku in shock. His mouth was hanging wide open. Ash. That's incredible, referee. Slacketh is unable to battle. Norman. Slacketh, return. Good job. Slacking, go. He sends out Slacking. Slacking. Boring. Izuku's sweat dropped. Rotom Phone. Slacking, the lazy Pokemon. A normal type. And the evolved form of Vigoroth. Slacking lies down most of the time. It gets up and moves only when there is no more grass close by to eat. Izuku. Okay then. Seems he only cares when one gets in close. Norman. Vigoroth. Use Flamethrower on Pikachu. Vigoroth fired off his Flamethrower while Pikachu was still distracted. Izuku. Ricky. Protect Pikachu. Ricky got in front of Pikachu and took the hit. Ricky. Gah. Norman. Use Earthquake. Slacking used Earthquake and managed to hit them both. Ash. Pikachu. Izuku. Ricky. Ricky and Pikachu slowly got up. Izuku. Are you okay, Ricky? Ricky. Yeah, I'm good. Ash. Can you still go on, Pikachu? Pikachu. You bet. Ash. Great. Then use Electroweb. Pikachu. Right. The Electroweb hit Slacking, but he didn't seem to be bothered in the slightest. Ricky. Inazuma. Pikachu. What's wrong, Ricky? Why are you holding back? Ash and Izuku. He's holding back. Ricky. Inazuma, you never told him about that? Pikachu. No Ash. Pikachu, what's going on? Pikachu. I guess I should come clean. I'm no normal Pikachu. Here's the proof. Pikachu held out his paw and then an electric sword appeared in his hand. Everyone's mouth hung wide open. Pikachu. Truth is, everyone in my family can do this. Well, on my dad's side. So it's really just me and my little brother. Ash. Pikachu. Why did you hide it from me? Pikachu. Wasn't sure if it would count as cheating or not. Plus, you never asked about my family. Ash. Good point. Norman. Incredible. Also, it doesn't count as cheating. Ash. In that case, Izuku, can you take care of Slacking? Izuku. Sure, we can. Ricky. Use Water Shuriken. Ash. Pikachu. Norman. Slacking, and Vigoroth. Water Shuriken. Ricky use Water Shuriken and hit Slacking. Pikachu. Since when can you do that? No, scratch that. Since when can a Lucario do that? Ricky. I'll explain later. Ash. Alright, Pikachu. Get in close and use your electric swords. Pikachu ran up to Vigoroth and swung his sword. Norman. Catch it, Vigoroth. Vigoroth caught the sword, but got electrocuted. Pikachu. These swords are made out of my own electricity. They aren't deadly, but they will hurt. Pikachu then swung his sword and hit Vigoroth in the chest. Ash. Iron Tail. Pikachu landed his Iron Tail on Vigoroth and he collapsed. Referee. Vigoroth is unable to battle. Norman. Vigoroth, return. Great job. Alright, Kangaskhan, go. Rotom Phone. Kangaskhan, the parent Pokemon. A normal type, Kangaskhan carries a little one in the pouch on its belly and will protect it at all costs. Izuku. Interesting. Norman. Slacking. Use Thunder Punch. Slacking ran to Ricky in an attempt to hit him. Izuku. Dragon Pulse. Ricky fired off Dragon Pulse and hit Slacking. And then, the bond phenomenon activated again and the giant veil of aura appeared before bursting and showing Deku Lucario. Eri. Wow, that's so cool. Lazuli. It's happening again. Ash. The bond phenomenon. Pikachu. You guys can use it. Izuku. Why yeah, you guys are familiar with it. Ash. Familiar with it. Izuku. I've used it. Izuku and Ricky. Seriously. Norman. Well, this is an interesting turn of events. Izuku. Ash, I have an idea. Ash. What is it? Izuku whispered the plan in his ear. Ash. Great plan. Pikachu. Climb on top of Ricky. Pikachu. Right. Pikachu climbed on top of Ricky. Norman. Whatever you're planning won't work. Kangaskhan. He brought out a keystone. Izuku. What's that? Ash. A keystone. With it, a trainer can Mega Evolve their Pokemon. Norman. Mega Evolve. Ash. We have to be careful. This went from 2-on-2 to 2-on-3. Izuku. Let's just stick to the plan. Ricky. Smokescreen. Pikachu. You know Smokescreen. Ricky. Yes and no. Observe. 6th. Smokescreen. Ricky blasted out a lot of purple smoke from his body. No one could see anything except for Izuku and Ricky thanks to Ricky's aura vision. Norman. What the heck? Izuku. Fa Jin. Pikachu. Ricky, what's happening? Ricky's legs started to glow red. Ricky. Hang on tight, Inazuma. Ricky and Izuku. Aura for all, Fo 100%. Ricky took off. Pikachu. So fast. Ricky. Telepathically speaking to Pikachu, quirk. Fa Jin. This quirk belongs to Sagi, but in this form, I can use it as well. By repeating a motion over and over again, I can temporarily store kinetic energy to be released later. With this quirk, I can use 100% without breaking my bones. Ricky then punched Slacking in the stomach and sent him flying to the other side of the battlefield as the smoke cleared up. Norman. Slacking. Pikachu. I get it now. Let's do this. Ash. Pikachu. Electric Sword. Pikachu brought out his electric sword. Izuku. Black Whip. Ricky shot out Black Whip to use himself as a slingshot. Izuku and Ricky. Fo 100%. Sinnoh Smash. Ricky flung himself at Kangaskhan. Norman. Mega Punch. Both Kangaskhan and her baby used it. Unfortunately for them, they didn't have enough time before they were hit by Ricky and Pikachu's respective attacks and they both fainted. Norman. Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan reverted back to normal. Referee. Kangaskhan and Slacking are both unable to battle. This means that the victory goes to Ash and Izuku. Ricky reverted to normal. Ash and Izuku. We did it. They high-fived each other. And so, Norman. I have to say, you four really surprised me today. Take this gym badge. You earned it. He handed Izuku. Izuku. Thank you. All right. Only 3 to go before the league. Ash. So, you want to win the league, huh? Izuku. Yeah, I need the Azure Flute to get to Arceus. Ash. Why do you want to get to Arceus? Izuku explained everything to Ash. Ash. Whoa, hey, Izuku. Izuku. Yeah, Ash. Mind if I join you on your journey? Izuku. Seriously, Ash. Yeah, I could help train your Pokemon. Besides, things will go by a lot better when traveling with friends. Izuku. Friends. Ash. Yeah, we are friends, right? Izuku smiled. Izuku. Yeah, we are. I accept your offer. Izuku and Ash gave each other a fist bump. Pikachu. Looks like we got a new journey ahead of us, Ricky. Sunshine and Amber walked towards Pikachu. Pikachu. Amber. And, who's she? Amber. This is Speed's adopted daughter, Sunshine. Sunshine. Hi, cousin Peeboo. Pikachu couldn't help but smile. Pikachu. Hi, Sunshine. Eri. Mr. Pikachu, can I pet your tail? Pikachu. Sure. Eri pet his tail and Pikachu was having a good time. After that, everyone left. Izuku. So, where should we head to next? Ash. Fortree City. That's where we'll go next. Izuku nodded. Ricky. Then let's get a move on. And so, everyone left for Fortree City. The gang were making their way through Route 110 to get to Marvel City. Ash. So I recommend getting some more stuff in Marvel City. You never know what kind of Pokemon you'll encounter. Pikachu. It'll be nice to say hi to Watson again. Ricky. I'm guessing you two had a pretty big battle, huh? Ash and Pikachu sweat dropped. Ash. Well, not really. A little mishap happened and Pikachu got supercharged and won against all three Pokemon with ease. I'm not exactly proud of that win. Ricky. Can't say I blame you, or a user. Ash. Or a user. Ricky. Gah, Pikachu. Like I said, he has a habit of giving everyone nicknames. He always tries to break it. But it's impossible. He must have sensed your aura abilities. Izuku. Aura abilities. Ash. Yeah, it's something that both people and Pokemon can use. I guess you could say it's like a quirk. You can do a lot of things with them. What the? Pikachu. Where the? Ricky. Where did that notebook come from? Eri. I still wonder that. Izuku. I always keep one on me. Please tell me what you can do with these aura abilities. Ash sweat dropped. Ash. Alright, well, it gives you the ability to read minds and actions of another being. Sense other auras and view surroundings even with a blindfold, allows the user to view through some objects, create barriers or attacks, telepathy, activate these special flowers in our world known as time flowers, see and speak to the spirits of the dead, allow the spirits of the dead the ability to touch the physical world, transfer aura to others, although that can be fatal, and even supercharge an aura sphere to a gigantic size. Izuku wrote all of that down. Izuku. That's amazing. Is there any chance I could learn how to do it too? Ash. Yeah, it's hard work, but it's possible. Izuku. Learning aura abilities could help in the fight against Shigaraki and all for one may bait cold work with one for all a swelly wonderif mutter. Translation. Learning aura abilities could help in the fight against Shigaraki and all for one. Maybe it could work with one for all as well. I wonder if mutter. Ash. Hey, are you okay? Izuku. Oh, sorry, I have a habit of mumbling my thoughts. Pikachu. No worries, we all have our weird habits. Eri. Papa. Izuku. Yeah, Eri. Who's that falling from the sky? Everyone. Wait, what? They looked up to see someone falling from the sky. And fast. Izuku. Crap. Izuku activated Alpha and ran for the person. He was able to catch the person in time, but they were unconscious. Izuku. Hey, are you okay? Izuku's eyes widened when he saw the person's face. Izuku. Holy crap, there's a girl in my arms. An unconscious girl. Crap. If she wakes up, she might think I'm trying to do something wrong. But I can't just leave her here. What do I do? Ricky. Seigi. Izuku turned to see his friends who have just caught up. Ash. Hey, who's that? Pikachu. Ash, none of us have seen this girl before. How would Izuku know? Ash. Good point. Izuku, are you okay? You got a fever or something? Izuku. WHWH what makes USS say that? Ash. Your face is red. Pikachu face palmed. The girl started to wake up. Izuku. Uh-oh. The girl woke up and realized the position she was in. She blushed and scowled at Izuku. What do you think you're doing, you perv? Izuku. I'm SSSSS sorry. I just saw you falling and I rushed to catch you booty didn't think I would be in this situation and. Translation. I just saw you falling and I rushed to catch you, but I didn't think I would be in this situation and. Speak properly, Ricky. Seriously, Seigi. You've been through a war and this is what's making you panic. A girl. Izuku. IIIDD don't have much experience with GG girls. Ash. I don't get what the big deal is. So you two got off on a rough start. So what? You can still become good friends. Also, we should get you to a doctor, Izuku. Pikachu and Ricky both face palmed. Ricky. Inazuma, no offense, but your trainer is. Pikachu. I know, put me down. Izuku. Alright, sorry. Izuku lets her down and she gets up. Ricky. I think we all got off on the wrong foot here. So I say we all introduce ourselves. Fine. Ash. Great, I'm Ash Ketchum. And this is my buddy, Pikachu. Pikachu. Nice to meet you. Ricky. I'm Ricky Steele. Izuku. And I'm Izuku Midoriya. Nice to meet you. Question mark. Kaneko Tuju. That's my name. 6. Eri. I'm Eri Midoriya. Kaneko. Is she your sister? Izuku. Actually, she's my daughter. Kaneko. What, Ricky? Not biologically. He adopted her. Kaneko stared at Izuku. Izuku. You She narrowed her eyes. Izuku. You're too close. Izuku ran off. Kaneko deadpans. Ricky. In case it wasn't obvious by now, he's clearly shy around girls. Pikachu. Should we go after him? Ricky. Well. Kaneko. I'll go find him. Ricky and Pikachu. Uh-oh. Kaneko rushed off to find Izuku. With Izuku. Izuku. Phew. That was so nerve-wracking. Are you okay? Izuku turned to see. Izuku. An Espeon. Espeon. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Izuku. I'm Izuku Midoriya. Espeon. Nice to meet you, Izuku. I'm Pearl. Izuku. Nice to meet you, Pearl. Pearl. So, why were you so nervous? Izuku. Well, I caught a girl and I'm not that great with girls. Pearl. I see. Well, maybe you should hang out with that girl more. Get to know her. As time goes on, you'll get more used to girls. Izuku. Thanks, Pearl. They then heard Kaneko screaming. Pearl. What was that? Izuku. Kaneko. Izuku ran off to the direction of her voice with Pearl right behind him. When they arrived to where Kaneko was, they saw she being surrounded by a pack of wild Houndoom. Kaneko. Damn, that last fight I had took too much out of me. What do I do? One of the Houndoom lunged towards Kaneko, but Houndoom won. Whoa. What the heck? Izuku. Black Whip with FA Jin stored inside. A boosted binding combo. He slams the Houndoom to the ground. Izuku. Black Chain. Izuku stood in front of Kaneko. Kaneko. What the? How did he do that? He's not a devil. Izuku looked back to Kaneko. Izuku. Don't worry, I'm here to help. Kaneko blushed a bit at his smile. Izuku turns to the Houndoom. Izuku. How dare you attack an innocent person? Houndoom 2. Flamethrower. The Houndoom shot out its flamethrower. Kaneko. Get out of the way. Izuku. Delaware Smash. The shockwave cancelled out the flamethrower. Izuku. Smokescreen. Purple smoke surrounded the area. Houndoom 4. I can't see. Houndoom 3. What kind of human is this guy? Izuku. Rotom. What can you tell me about these Pokemon? Rotom Phone. Houndoom, the dark Pokemon. A fire and dark type. The evolved form of Houndour. Houndoom's eerie howl is said to cause those who hear it to shudder in fear. If you are burned by its flames, the pain will never leave. Izuku shuddered from some bad memories back in middle school. He shook his head. Izuku. I better end this quick. Izuku wrapped the Houndoom in Black Whip and tied them together. The smoke started to clear and Kaneko. What the hell are you? She then noticed the red glow on Izuku's legs. Kaneko. How is this possible? He's not a part of the supernatural. Izuku. Faux 100%. Manchester Smash. He kicked the Houndoom and knocked them unconscious. Pearl and Kaneko. Whoa. Izuku. Tuju. Are you alright? Kaneko blushed and turned her head away. Kaneko. Yeah, I'm fine. Izuku sighed in relief. Izuku. That's good. What were you doing here, anyway? Kaneko. I was trying to find you. Izuku. HH. Kaneko. Don't get the wrong idea. I was just concerned about you. Izuku. Why yeah, I know. Sorry. Kaneko. It's fine. But what was with what you did? You don't look like a... Izuku. Like a what? Kaneko. A devil. Izuku blinked. Izuku. Devils don't exist. Kaneko went on to explain everything about the supernatural, which I will not bother to explain because I refuse to watch DxD. Izuku was surprised about all that. Izuku. So, you're a devil. Kaneko nodded. Izuku. That's so cool. Kaneko. What, you're not scared or anything? Izuku decided to explain everything about his world and what he has experienced. Kaneko was surprised to learn all of that. Kaneko. Hey, sorry about being rude to you earlier. The school that I go to, most of the boys there are perverts, and Izuku. Totally understand. I hate perverts too. There's this pervert in my class that I'm going to give a Pokemon who will poison jab him every time he does something perverted. Kaneko. You have my respect. Izuku. So what do you plan to do from here on out? Kaneko. Since I'm stuck in this world, do you think I could join you? Izuku. Sure. Kaneko. Also, I think along the way, we should do some training for our future battles, if you wouldn't mind. Izuku. I don't mind at all. What about you, Pearl? Pearl. I wouldn't mind joining you, but I have to find Sunshine and the rest of my friends. Izuku. Sunshine, Pearl. Yeah, you know her. Izuku. I can take you to her right now. Pearl. Really? Please do. Izuku, Kaneko, and Pearl all ran back to Ash, Pikachu, Ricky, Eri, Sunshine, Lazuli, and Molly. Sunshine. Big Sis, Pearl. Lazuli and Molly. Pearl. Pearl. Sunshine, Lazuli, Ms. Molly. The four gathered into a group hug. Ricky. Wow, what happened? Izuku went on to explain everything to them. Ricky. I thought her aura was a little off. Ash. So you're going to join us? Kaneko nodded. Ash. Alright, then let's go. Pikachu. Hang on, she may need a Pokemon to help out. We can't exactly go around showing everyone that she's a devil. It's already complicated enough with Izuku. Lazuli. I'll join. I know a thing or two about battles. Kaneko nods her head. Izuku. Here, he gives Kaneko a Pokeball. Izuku. Use it to catch Lazuli, Tuho. Kaneko. Thanks. And call me Kaneko. Izuku. Alright Kaneko. Kaneko proceeds to catch Lazuli and bring her back out. Kaneko. So, where are we going? Izuku. Fortree City. That's where I'll have my 6th gym battle. And so, the group went back to their journey. The gang was almost there at Marvel City. But there was something that Kaneko wanted to know. Kaneko. Izuku. Izuku. Why yeah, Kaneko. I want to know more about your quirk. Izuku froze up. Izuku. It's called superpower. I'm able to stockpile strength and... Kaneko. I can tell you're lying. Izuku and Ricky. Crap. Ash. I want to know as well. It seems awesome. Why won't you tell us? Izuku. Because I have to keep it secret. Kaneko. Is it really that important? Izuku. It's a secret that I need to protect with my life. Everyone remained silent. Kaneko. How about this? You tell me this secret of yours, and I'll reveal my biggest secret. Izuku. What, Kaneko? I really want to know all about this power of yours. Ash. Come on Izuku. We want to know. Izuku. Ricky. Seigi. Izuku. Do you two promise not to tell anyone? Kaneko. I've hidden a secret of mine for years. I can keep it a secret. Ash. I've kept secrets before. Don't worry, Pikachu. I've kept my unique powers a secret from Ash for 5 years now. You have nothing to worry about. Izuku sighed. Izuku. Alright, but we better sit down. It's a long story. Ash, Kaneko, and Pikachu nodded. Eri. Papa, are you sure about this? Izuku. I trust them. Besides, I already told my class and my mom as well. Eri. Okay, Papa. Sunshine. What about the rest of us? Izuku. I'm sorry, but I don't think what I'm about to tell you is suitable for a kid your age. Sunshine. And so, Ash, Izuku, Pikachu, Ricky, and Kaneko went to a private spot while Eri played some games with the others. They stopped and sat down beside some trees. Izuku. Alright, as you already know, 80% of the people in my world have superpowers. But the thing is, I didn't get my quirk until I was 15 whilst everyone else got them at the age of 4. Kaneko. You mentioned that. You said you were a late bloomer. Izuku. Yeah, about that, I lied. I was given my quirk by someone else. Kaneko. Whoa, so quirks are able to be transferred. Izuku. In most circumstances, no. But there are a few out there. A long time ago, there was a very powerful quirk. All for one. It allows the user to steal quirks from others. The user could then keep the quirks for themselves, or give them to someone else. Ash. Say what? That sounds dangerous. Izuku. This quirk is one of the oldest quirks out there. It was back when quirks just started to show up. Before our society could deal with the newly powered people. Back then, no one could tell what was normal and what wasn't. During that chaotic period of change, there was only one person who managed to bring people together. Kaneko. That's good. Izuku. Not exactly. The person who managed to do this, no one knows his real name. But he goes by the same name as his quirk. All for one. 3. Kaneko rolled her eyes. Kaneko. Wow, how original. Izuku. He stole quirks from others. And then, he spread his influence across Japan. He manipulated people to serve his evil purposes. The evil acts he committed were met with almost no resistance. It wasn't long before he became the leader of villains and ruled over Japan. Ash. Yikes. Kaneko. Are you sure though? That just sounds like something made up. Is he even in any textbooks at your school? Pikachu. I doubt it. Kaneko. See, Pikachu agrees that it seems made up. Pikachu. I never said that. Something like this is the kind of history that people would rather avoid talking about. Izuku. Trust me, he's real. I've encountered him myself. His presence alone made me see my own death for a split second. It was terrifying. Kaneko. Sorry. Izuku. It's okay. Anyway, when a person gains true power, they enjoy showing it off to others. Ash. But what does this have to do with your quirk? Pikachu. He said that all for one could give quirks, remember? Izuku. Exactly. He made people trust him or submit to his will by altering their abilities. Many of those people weren't able to handle the burden of the quirks they were given. They ended up becoming like mindless living dolls, most unable to even speak. Ash, Pikachu, and Kaneko's eyes widened. Kaneko. Like the stray devils. I think it's like that. I'm just going by what I've learned from the MHA XD fanfics I've read. Sorry if I got that wrong. 3. Izuku. However, some quirks actually evolved as they were passed on. Some even combined with other power sets. Ash. That's a relief. Izuku nodded. Izuku. All for one had a quirkless younger brother. His name was Yoichi Shigaraki. He was small and sickly, but had a strong sense of justice. They couldn't be more different. It always pained him to see his older brother's evil actions, so he kept resisting him. Eventually, All for One forcibly transferred a quirk that allows the user to stockpile power to him. Kaneko. Why? Izuku. Not sure. It could be a gift for him, or to force him to submit. However, as it turned out, Yoichi actually did have a quirk. No one knew about it, including himself. On its own, it was useless. It could only be passed down to others. But when the stockpiling quirky was transferred to him, the two quirks merged. This created the quirk that I use. Its name is One for All. Pikachu. Wow. Ash. Impressive. Kaneko. Hang on. Shouldn't All for One be dead by now? You said that quirks showed up over 200 years ago. Izuku. He stole a quirk that doubles his life force. Kaneko. Oh, that makes sense now. Izuku. The more One for All is passed down, the stronger it gets. I'm the 9th user of One for All. However, One for All has passed the singularity point. As such, I'm able to use the quirks of the other users. Ash. Does that mean you have 8 quirks? Izuku. Well, no. The one who passed One for All onto me was also quirkless before getting it. And I still haven't unlocked the quirk of the second user just yet. So I have 6. 2. Kaneko. What are these quirks? Izuku. Well, the third user's quirk is FA Jin. By repeating a motion over and over, I can temporarily store kinetic energy to be released later. I can't use One for All at 100% yet because my body can't handle it at that much power. I can only use it at 45%. But combining that with FA Jin allows me to go at what I call faux 100%. Kaneko. That explains why you were doing those squats when you were protecting me from those. Izuku. Houndoom. Kaneko. Right. Houndoom. Pikachu. What about the others? Izuku. The fourth user, Hikage Shinomori. His quirk is called Danger Sense. It allows me to detect threats in the surrounding area, provided they're out of malice. Ash. That's useful. Kaneko. What about the fifth? Izuku. His name is Daigoro Banjo. His hero name is Lariat. His quirk is called Black Whip. It allows me to generate black tendrils of energy from my body. Kaneko. What do you use it for? Izuku. I use it as a capture weapon or a way of grappling like Spider-Man. Although. Ricky. Although what, Seigi? Izuku rubbed the back of his head nervously. Izuku. Well, I once used it to torture a villain that was after me. The other's sweat dropped. Pikachu. Okay, let's move on to the sixth user. Izuku. Sounds good. His name was Entayutai. His hero name is Gan. His quirk is Smokescreen. This allows me to produce a thick cloud of purple smoke from my body. It gets in the way of my field of vision though. Kaneko. What about the last one? Izuku. Nana Shimura. Her quirk is Float. It allows me to suspend myself in the air. Ash. So you can fly. Izuku. Float. There's a difference. The eighth user is Toshinori Yagi. Also known as the former number 1 hero, All Might. It has always been my dream to become a hero like him. He's my idol, and he told me that I was worthy of inheriting his power. Kaneko. Talk about lucky. Pikachu. I wouldn't call that luck. It's not like he would entrust this power to just anyone. He would need to find someone with a heart of gold. Imagine if it fell in the wrong hands. Kaneko. I guess you're right. Izuku. So, I have the burden of taking down All for One and his successor, who he's taken control of, Tamura Shigaraki. Kaneko. Thanks for telling us about this. I guess I should reveal my secret N. Izuku. No, you don't have to if you don't want to. Kaneko. What, Izuku? If you have a secret that you don't want to share with us, it's okay to not share it. We won't push you. Kaneko. No, I want to share it with you. Kaneko stands up and. Izuku. Ricky. Ash and Pikachu. Kaneko. I was afraid of this reaction. Ash. That is so cool. Kaneko. What, Izuku? Why you're AA? Kaneko. Nekomata. Creepy, right, Izuku. What? No, All for One is creepy. I mean, thanks to All Might, his face looks like a potato. You actually look really cute. Kaneko blushed. Kaneko. See cute. Izuku covered his mouth. Izuku. Pikachu. Kaneko looked down. Ricky. Don't take it personally, Incognito. Arceus dammit. Ahem. Inazuma's only screaming because he has ailurophobia. He's fine with cats that are Pokemon. But if those cats aren't Pokemon, his instincts kick in. He is still a mouse. And cats eat mice. Kaneko. Oh, wait, Pikachu is a mouse. Ricky. What did you think he was? Kaneko. He looks a bit more like a rabbit. Don't worry, Pikachu. I won't even try to eat you. Pikachu. Shivering P. Promise. Kaneko. Promise. Pikachu sighed in relief. Izuku. So, why did you desire to hide it? Kaneko. Trauma. I don't want to talk about it. Izuku smiled. Izuku. I understand. If you're ever wanting to talk about it though, let me know, okay? Kaneko gave a small smile. Kaneko. Okay, thanks, Izuku. Do you think Eri will be scared by this though? Ricky. Considering what she went through before meeting Seigi, I doubt it. Kaneko. What do you mean by that? Izuku. I can't tell you. Not without Eri's permission. It was her who went through that. Not me. As for the answer to your question, she'll adore you, and then we'll all die from too much cuteness. We better head back and continue towards Model City. We're almost there in. Eri. Papa, help. They all turned to where Eri's voice was. Izuku. That sounded like Eri's in trouble. Kaneko. We have to help her. Ash. Let's go. And so, the gang rushed off to where Eri was. Ash, Pikachu, Kaneko, Izuku, and Ricky arrived and what they saw shocked them. Eri and Sunshine were hugging each other out of fear. With an unconscious Blaze, Molly was in front of them, protecting them. Pearl was on the verge of collapsing, and Lazuli had already fainted. Both Pearl and Lazuli had harsh burn marks on them. The reason? Kaneko. What is that? Izuku, Ricky, and Ash. A Flareon. Pikachu was frozen in shock. He looked like he was trying to say something, but he couldn't. Kaneko. Pikachu, are you okay? Pikachu. SSSSSSSSSSSSSSSS. Ricky. Spit it out, Inazuma. Pikachu. Solar Flare. Kaneko. Do you know him? Pikachu. He's my cousin. Everyone. He's your cousin. Pikachu. C can't be. He's infected. Ash. Infected. Infected with what? Ricky. Wait, you don't mean that, do you? Pikachu nods. Izuku. What are you talking about? Ricky. We'll explain later. We have to stop Flare. Arg. Pikachu. Don't worry about it, Ricky. Everyone calls him that. Ricky. Phew. Flare turned to their direction and shot out a flamethrower. And it was massive. The five couldn't react in time and were about to get hit. But. Hydro pump. The hydro pump was able to cancel out the flamethrower. Everyone. Who did that? Peeboo. Ricky. Fancy meeting you guys here. Can't believe you finally evolved, Rick. They turned to see. Umbreon. Ricky. Shinka. Pikachu. Tamao. Tamao. The one and only. Ash, Izuku, and Kaneko. You guys know each other. Pikachu. He's an old friend of ours, despite him once being a bully of ours. Izuku. Bully. Ricky. Not entirely his fault. He was always treated like a freak by most people, even his own parents. The three turned to Tamao with sad expressions. Tamao. Yeah, it wasn't until I talked my feelings out with Peeboo that acting like a jerk made me know better. I just thought that was how the world works. Izuku. Why were you treated like a freak? Tamao. I always had the ability to use all the moves that all the evolutions can use. Ash. That's awesome, Tamao. Thanks. Now, don't worry about this berserk Flareon. I got this. Ricky. Good luck, Shinka. Tamao nodded and ran towards Flare. Tamao started out the fight with a shadow ball, but Flare easily avoided it and got behind him. He was about to punch Tamao, but Tamao. Detect. He was able to avoid the punch. Tamao. Rain dance. A rain cloud showed up and it started to rain. Kaneko. I hate the rain. Pikachu. Kaneko, this is a good thing. Rain dance doubles the power of water-type moves and halves the power of fire-type moves. Tamao. Liquidation. Tamao managed to land a hit on Flare, but in retaliation. Flare managed to hit Tamao dead on with an overheat. Tamao. Gah. Tamao was sent flying into a tree. Izuku. They're both so strong. Pikachu. Thanks to the berserk virus. Ash. Berserk virus. Kaneko. What's that? Ricky. It's a dangerous virus that only affects Pokemon. The victims are infected when they come into contact with them. Pikachu. Once it attaches to its victims, it goes inside their body. It then starts to drain their blood to end their life. Once all the blood is drained, it will take over their nervous system and control them. Tamao. Moonblast. Tamao shot a Moonblast at Flare, who countered it with Flamethrower. Ricky. Thankfully, we can't get infected from touching Pokemon that are infected. Just the virus. Pikachu. There are 3 categories of the effects that are caused by this virus. The changes take place an hour after getting infected. Flare tried to burn Tamao to a crisp, but he used Dig to avoid it. Unfortunately, Flare saw where Tamao was and avoided his attack. Pikachu. There is a 70% of the infected Pokemon to get eliminated by the virus and resurrected into mindless monsters and went berserk. The effect it causes multiplies its host strength by 25 times their normal amount. Izuku, Ash, and Kaneko, 25 times. Tamao. Power Gem. The attack hit Flare dead on. Pikachu. There is a 25% chance of the infected Pokemon to survive the virus but went permanently insane and berserk. This category multiplies the host strength by 10 times their normal amount. But when they're killed and their body is still in good condition, they will end up like the first category. Ash. I remember hearing about a Lucario that acted like that. Ricky. That Lucario was probably infected by the virus then. Flare used quick attack to get behind Tamao. Tamao. Protect. Tamao was able to protect himself. Tamao. Pin missile. The pin missile hit Flare. But since it was a bug-type move, it didn't do much. Izuku. Wait, what about the remaining 5%? Pikachu. The remaining 5% survived from getting killed and didn't go insane. In this case, the virus actually bonded with its host. The host is able to activate its power through rage or obsession and can be deactivated. In this case, it multiplies their power by 50 times their normal amount. Izuku, Ash, and Kaneko, 50. Flare tried to hit Tamao with overheat, but Tamao dodged. Tamao. Energy Ball. The attack hit Flare. Pikachu. The infected Pokemon in the third category has one normal eye and one infected eye when they activate their power. Izuku. Which means that Flare is in the third category. Kaneko. Wait, can the infected Pokemon in the third category end up in the first category like the ones in the second category? Pikachu. Thankfully, no. Kaneko. Good thing. But if their strength is so powerful, how can we beat them? Pikachu. Fortunately, only their strength is multiplied. The rest of their stats stay the same. Unfortunately for us, those in the third category have some extra powers as they get stronger. Right now, it seems that Flare only has access to stages 0 to 3. The 0 stage is what you already know. The first stage allows the user to see in the dark. Ricky. The second stage gives the user X-ray vision. That's probably how Flare was able to locate Shinka underground. Pikachu. And the third stage allows the user to see things in slow motion. Tamao. Ice Beam. Tamao shot Ice Beam at Flare and froze him. Unfortunately, Flare melted the ice with his fire. But Tamao took the chance he got from the time it would take for the ice to be melted. Tamao. Psyshock. The attack hit Flare and he was sent tumbling back. Tamao. Now's my chance. Foul play. The attack hit Flare dead on and caused massive amounts of damage. Flare was sent into a tree and collapsed. His eyes back to normal, and unconscious. Tamao. Phew, that was actually pretty tough. Pikachu and Ricky. Tamao, Shinka. You did it. Tamao. You bet, I did. Great to see you guys again. Eri walked over to Tamao. Eri. Mister. Thank you so much for saving us. Tamao smiled. Tamao. No prob. Happy to help. Tamao then falls down. Everyone. Tamao, Shinka. Tamao. Yow. Guess I took more damage than I thought. I got to be more careful. Ha ha ha. Ow. Izuku approached Tamao and got out some potions. He gave some to Ash. Izuku. Ash, you help Flare. I'll help Tamao. Ash nods. Izuku gives Kaneko some potions. Izuku. Kaneko, help out Lazuli, okay. Kaneko. Okay. Izuku. Ricky, can you help out Blaze? Ricky. You got it. Eri. Hey, Kaneko. Kaneko. Yeah. Eri. Can I pet you? You look like a kitty. Kaneko. Ricky. Incognito. Kaneko. How can I possibly say no to her? Sure. Eri. Yay. Time skip. Flare finally woke up. Flare. Wah, where am I? Did I? His eyes widened when he realized that he went berserk and started crying. Flare. Oh, Arceus. I hurt you all. I'm so sorry. Izuku smiled and pat him on the head and he looks up. Izuku. It's not your fault. You can't control it yet. It's not like you wanted to do it. As long as you learn from this experience, you can better yourself. Pikachu. Izuku's right. Flare. Flare. Peeboo. Pikachu. Yep, that's me. Great to see you back to normal. But why did you go berserk? Flare. Well, after we all got separated from each other, I was thinking about how I should have done something. It made me angry, and then, I guess I went berserk. Izuku. Makes sense. Flare. I just wish someone would be able to stop me before I hurt anyone. Izuku. I think I know someone who could. Flare. You do. Izuku. Yeah, his name is Koji Koda. Izuku went on to tell Flare and Tamao about his world. Tamao. Whoa, and this Koji guy, what's his quirk? Izuku. He can control animals. I can tell that Flare is an animal, so he should be able to stop you from going berserk. Flare. Really? Izuku. Yeah, he's pretty shy though, so you could help each other out. Flare. I would love to join him, but I need to find the others. Pearl. Then stick with us. Izuku's helping us find everyone. Flare. Really, Izuku? Yeah, what do you say? Flare. I'm ready to go. Tamao. Me too, Izuku. Seriously, Tamao. Heck yeah, I'd love to be in a world full of superpowers. Besides, I'd fit right in. Izuku. Well, if you want to, sure. Tamao. Great, so catch me. Izuku. Seriously, Tamao. Yeah, come on. Everyone's sweat dropped at this, but Izuku complied and caught him. He decided to place Draken in the box to keep Tamao around. And so, both Tamao and Flare joined them and they made their way to Mossdeep City. Unfortunately, Watson wasn't there at the time, so they couldn't say hi to him. But they did buy some more potions and Pokeballs. Kaneko. So, where do we go next? Izuku. We head off to Route 118 and then go to Route 119. As long as we follow the path, we'll make our way to Fortree City. Pikachu. Then we better get going. Everyone. Hi. And so, they made their way to Fortree City. The gang made their way through Route 118 rather quickly and started walking through Route 119. Izuku. Man, it's pouring here. Kaneko. Really, I hadn't noticed. Izuku. Just saying. Flare. It's not so bad. Rain is good for plants. Pikachu. Still love gardening, huh? Flare nodded. Kaneko. Hey, Eri. Yes, Kaneko. Ricky said something about you going through something terrible before meeting Izuku. What was it, if you don't mind me asking? Eri looked down. Ash. Maybe we shouldn't tell you with sunshine around. Kaneko. Good point, Eri. I'll have Papa tell you later. Izuku. Are you sure? Eri. Yeah, Papa. I'm a big girl now. Everyone. So adorable. Ash. Hey, Izuku. Izuku. Yeah. Ash. I want to have a battle with you after taking on the Fortree City gym. Izuku. What? Why? Ash. I want to see how strong you are with Ricky. If you're going to fight Tamura and all for one, you both need to get stronger. A battle will help. Izuku. That sounds good to me. What about you, Ricky? Ricky. I'm so in. Help. Lazuli. That voice. Lazuli ran off. Izuku. Lazuli, wait. The others ran after her. Kaneko. Could it be another berserk Pokemon? Ricky. Doubt it. Not many Pokemon get infected. The gang caught up to Lazuli and saw a giant robot that resembled a Machamp with a big red R on its chest. There was a Leafeon in one of its hands. Izuku. What kind of Pokemon is that? Kaneko. I'm new to this world, but I'm pretty sure that's just a giant robot. Ash. Hey, what's going on here? Laughter could be heard. Prepare for trouble, and make it double. To protect the world from devastation. To unite all people within our nation. To denounce the evils of truth and love. To extend our reach to the stars above. The head split open, revealing 2 humans and a Meowth. Jesse. James. Jesse. Team Rocket blasts off at the speed of light. James. Surrender now, or prepare to fight. Meowth. Meowth, that's right. Ash. Not you guys again. Pikachu. This is just old. Izuku. You're members of Team Rocket. Jesse. Of course we are. Kaneko. Never heard of you. Ash. They're bad guys who steal other people's Pokemon. Lazuli. Give back my sister. James. Please. Like we would listen to such a ridiculous request. Jesse. But now that the twerp has come, we can finally snag his Pikachu. Along with all of their Pokemon. Izuku. I won't let you. Meowth. Seems like this twerp wants to be a big hero. Jesse. Well then, let's show him how useless his effort is. Hearing those words, Izuku looked down, his hair covering his eyes. Izuku. Ricky. Sagi. Izuku. He was breathing heavily. Kaneko. Why do I have a bad feeling about this? Jesse and James. All right. Come on down. A Pelipper showed up with something in its mouth. It opened its mouth and a strange capsule machine landed in front of them. Jesse put Meowth's charm on the slot where the coin should go. Jesse and James. Our secret rocket prize master. They twisted the knob and a dark blue Pokeball with an R on it came out of the machine. The Jessie threw her Pokeball and out came Jessie. The Embrace Pokemon, Gardevoir. Ricky. Sagi. His aura. It's like he's having a panic attack. Jessie. Use Ice Punch. Gardevoir rushed at Izuku. Ricky. Sagi. She was about to hit him, when her eyes widened. What Gardevoir saw. First vision. Past Izuku. Wow, you're so lucky. Your quirk is amazing, Kachan. When I get mine, I hope it's just as cool. Past Katsuki. Whatever, Deku. No matter what power you end up with, you'll never be able to beat me. Second vision. Past Garaki. Sorry kid, that's not gonna happen. Past Inko. Oh no. Then you really think there is something wrong then? Most of the other kindergartners in his class have started to show signs already. Past Garaki. My records say that you're a 4th generation quirk user. May I ask what quirks you and your husband have? Past Inko. Nothing too special. I can pill small objects towards me and my husband breathes fire. They're useful enough, I suppose. Past Garaki. Izuku should have probably manifested one of those quirks or a combination of them. But after reviewing his X-ray, I don't think he is going to. You see, when superpowers first began appearing, there were many research studies conducted and doctors discovered a link between the bones in a person's foot and their likelihood of developing a quirk. People with powers have only one joint in their pinky toes. Their bodies have evolved into a more streamlined version of the human form. You can see here that Izuku has 2 joints in his pinky toes, like the roughly 20% of the population these days. Based on the research that's available, it's safe to say your son isn't going to develop a quirk. Third vision. Past Izuku. See that mom? There's always a smile on his face, no matter how bad things get. Even when things seem impossible, he never gives up. Do you think I can be a hero too? Past Inko. I'm sorry, Izuku. I wish things were different. Fourth vision. Boy 1. Hey, did you hear? Deku doesn't have a quirk. Like, none. Boy 2. What, really? Boy 1. Yeah, it's called being quirkless. Boy 3. That's dumb. Boy 4. What a loser. Boy 5. He's so lame. Gardevoir. These are just kids. Why is he being treated like this over something he couldn't control? Fifth vision. Past Izuku. Why are you being so mean? You're making him cry, Kachan. If you keep hurting him, stop you myself. Past Katsuki. You don't stand a chance without a quirk, Deku. Sixth vision. Past Katsuki. You'd never be able to hang with the best of the best. You'll die in the exams. Useless Izuku. The school's already crappy, you wanna embarrass it more by failing so hard. Gardevoir. What's wrong with these people? He's getting bullied and no one is doing anything about it. Seventh vision. Past Katsuki. You know, if you really want to be a hero, there might actually be another way. Just pray that you will be born with a quirk and take a swan dive off the roof of a building. Gardevoir. What? How could he say that? Vision 8. Past All Might. It's just a brave face I put on when the pressure is high. This job isn't easy. Pro heroes are always having to risk their lives. Some villains can't be beaten without powers. So no, I honestly don't think you can become a hero without a quirk. Past Izuku. I see. At this point Gardevoir didn't want to see any more of this trauma. She saw plenty enough. Gardevoir stopped using Ice Punch and wrapped her arms around Izuku, surprising everyone. Especially Team Rocket. Jessie. What are you doing? Gardevoir. Shut up, I'm not adding to this boy's trauma. Meowth. Trauma. Kaneko. What trauma? You mean about that war he went to? Team Rocket. War. Gardevoir. I didn't know about that. I only saw what he went through middle school. Izuku. What? How? Gardevoir was on the verge of tears. Gardevoir. I saw it. I saw how you were abused by your only friend. How you were treated like trash for something you had no control over. How your dreams came crashing to the ground. How your own friend told you to take a swan dive off the roof of a building. Everyone. What? Izuku. Why you saw all that? Gardevoir. Even your own idol told you to give up on your dreams. I sob. I didn't want to see what else you went through. I can't believe how much abuse came your way. I'm surprised you're still around instead of wanting to end your suffering. You didn't deserve any of that. And now I'm hearing that you've been through a war. I just can't bring myself to fight you. Not after everything you've been through. Meowth. Jesse. James. Meowth. Oy vey, what kind of life have you lived? Izuku looked down. Izuku. Not a good one. Lots of discrimination where I came from. Team Rocket was crying a bit. They may be evil, but they're not heartless. Unfortunately, they did not make their machine waterproof and it started to short circuit. Izuku saw this and tried to rescue them. He was able to save Meowth and Leaf in time, but just before he could get to Jesse and James, the machine blew up. Jesse and James were blasting off again. Izuku was blown back into the forest. Kaneko. Izuku. Kaneko ran after Izuku to find him. Meowth. He saved me. Why, Ricky? That's just what he does. Why did you guys join Team Rocket anyways? Meowth. I guess I'll tell you. Meanwhile, Kaneko was rushing through the forest. Kaneko. He never told me about being abused. He only mentioned what he went through in high school. I need to know why he wouldn't tell me about this. Maybe I can help him. She found Izuku and ran to him. Kaneko ran up to Izuku who was looking at the ground, his hair shadowing over his eyes. Kaneko. Izuku. Are you okay? Izuku. Yeah, I'm fine. His voice said otherwise. It seemed void of emotion. Kaneko. You're lying. Izuku. No, I'm not. I'm perfectly fine. Kaneko sighs and sits beside him. Kaneko. Stop lying. Izuku. I told you. I'm not lying. Kaneko. Please, Izuku. I just want to help. What happened in your past? Izuku. Kaneko. I know you're not fine. There's no point in lying to me. But you won't feel better without talking to me. So please. Izuku. Fine. I'll tell you. Izuku. As you already know, I was given my quirk by someone else. Before that, I was quirkless. So I didn't have any powers. That might be a normal thing for the humans in your world, but it's much different in my world. Being quirkless, I was immediately labeled an outcast and a target. Kaneko grew more concerned. Izuku. It started when my childhood best friend started to bully me for wanting to become a hero. My elementary school teachers tried to cheer me up, but it never really worked. Once day, Kachan, me, and some of his friends went through a forest and he fell off a log and into a ravine. I tried to help him up, but he thought that I was thinking of him as weak and his bullying got worse. Kaneko. What? That's just. Izuku. Please, just let me talk before I change my mind. Kaneko. Sorry, Izuku. He started to use his quirk, explosion on me a lot. It gave me burn scars and, not wanting to worry my mom, I hid my scars from her. My dad was forced to work overseas, so he wasn't around to help me. And no, he did not abandon me. Kaneko nodded. Izuku. The only girl that ever really spoke with me in a nice way was my mother. Other girls did talk to me, but it was only to either make fun of me, or prank me with fake love letters. I guess I should have seen that coming though. What kind of girl would like a guy like me? Kaneko. I guess that explains why he was freaking out while he was holding me. Not that good of experience with girls his age back then. Izuku. Most people I met didn't treat me much different. Since I was quirkless, I was faced with discrimination by almost everyone. The last civilian I met who was nice to me back when I was quirkless was this guy who had a quirk that gave him small stars on his head. Flashback. Starhead. By looking at you, I know who you are. A fanboy. Izuku. Yeah. Sorta. Later. Starhead. What's that fanboy? You're taking notes over there. Wanna be a hero too, huh? Izuku. Yes, more than anything. Flashback end. Izuku. Oddly enough, that wasn't the last time I saw him. But that's a story for another time. Izuku. This kept going on throughout the years. The same day I met that guy, which was during the first half of my third year in middle school, my class found out that I applied to one of the best hero high schools out there, UA. Almost everyone laughed at me. But Kachan exploded my desk and warned me not to apply, saying that I wouldn't even make it through the entrance exam. Kaneko. I got a bad feeling about this. Izuku. After class, he burned my notebook, which I used to analyze heroes and quirks, and threw it out the window. Before he left, he said that the only way to get a quirk was to take a swan dive off the roof and pray to get a quirk in my next life. Kaneko. I'm going to kill him. Izuku. After I got my notebook back, I went through a tunnel and was attacked by a sludge villain. It was suffocating me and I nearly died. Luckily, All Might came in and saved me. He even signed my notebook. Kaneko. I bet he was happy about that. Izuku. After I woke up, he was ready to take off but I grabbed his leg. He wanted me to let go, but we were really high up so I couldn't. When we landed on top of a building, I asked him if I could be a hero despite not having a quirk. That's when I found his secret. His true form was nothing like his hero form. He was all skin and bones. And I mean that in a literal sense. Kaneko snickered a bit, and Izuku chuckled. But then his expression darkened. Izuku. He showed me this nasty injury on his gut. He told me his respiratory system was destroyed and he lost his whole stomach. All the surgeries pretty much wore him out. It couldn't be fixed. Kaneko. How did it happen? Izuku. I wasn't there when the fight happened. I figured it was against his fight against a villain called Toxic Chainsaw, but that wasn't the case. It was from a fight that most people were unaware of. When he fought All for One. Kaneko's eyes widened. Izuku. He then gave me the answer to my question. Kaneko. I have a really bad feeling about this. Izuku. He said no. I couldn't be a hero without a quirk. Kaneko. Izuku. It wasn't my first time hearing it. But hearing it from my own idol hurt me more than anything. He then told me that, while it wasn't bad to dream big, he said that I should make sure to keep things realistic and become something like a police officer. Kaneko. Damn it, why? What did he ever do to deserve this kind of suffering? Izuku. On my way back, however, I saw that the sludge villain escaped and had captured Kachan. It was my fault that it happened though. Had I not grabbed onto All Might, the sludge villain, who he had trapped in a bottle and put in his pocket, wouldn't have fallen out of said pocket. Kaneko. Why must he keep putting himself down? Izuku. When I saw Kachan's face, which said that he desperately needed help. Kaneko. Izuku. Well, my body just acted by itself. I don't know why I did what I did. Maybe it was the look on his face. All I knew was, I couldn't just stand there and watch him die. Kaneko's eyes widened again. Kaneko. I can't believe it. Is he trying to become a hero, or is he already a hero? After everything he went through, the bullying, the abuse, being suicide-baited, his dreams being crushed by everyone including his own idol, he still jumped in to save the person who caused him the most amount of pain. Izuku. Why couldn't we have met each other before? 1. Izuku. The sludge villain tried to kill me, but All Might came back and saved us. After that, I was chewed out by the heroes while Kachan was praised for his bravery. Kaneko clenched her fist tightly. On my way back home, Kachan came up to me and yelled at me that he didn't need my help and I did nothing. He was right anyways. Kaneko. Please stop putting yourself down. You don't deserve this treatment. Izuku. But then, All Might came and talked to me about what I did. How I did what many great heroes did. When my body moved before I had a chance to think. I remember that moment very clearly. Tears flowing from my eyes, on my knees. But most of all, when the person I looked up to more than anybody else told me, the words that I wanted to hear most of all. The words that not even my mother told me. He told me, young man, you too can become a hero. That is a moment that I will never forget. After that, he deemed me worthy of inheriting one for all after seeing what I did during that attack. Kaneko smiled after finally hearing a happy moment in Izuku's life. Izuku. After inheriting one for all, I managed to get into UA and as time progressed, Kachan's ego was getting lower and lower. And one time, during my darkest moment, he did the one thing I never expected him to do. He apologized for everything he did. We're on good terms again. Although, about a week or two after that, That's when I ended up in this world. Kaneko. I get that they're good friends again, but I still wanna punch that jerk if I see him. At least once. Izuku. So, there you have it. What I went through from 4 to 15 years old. 3. Kaneko said nothing and hugged him, which made him do an impression of a tomato. Izuku. Kaneko. Why are you hugging me? Kaneko. To comfort you. Sorry. She let go of him. Kaneko. Do you feel any better? Izuku. A little, thanks. Izuku was back to talking in his normal cheerful voice. Kaneko. I had no idea you suffered this much. I'm honestly surprised you haven't killed yourself. Izuku. Honestly, there have been multiple times when I was about to do that. Kaneko. Then, what stopped you? Izuku. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Kaneko. What do you mean? Izuku. Well, every time I was about to kill myself, I hear this deep voice in my head. It told me how it was a bad idea, and how I had the ability to prove them wrong. The voice always encouraged me. I guess my subconscious made some kind of strange voice in my head as my only companion against the harshness of my life. Kaneko's eyes widened. Kaneko. A voice in his head. Could it be? Izuku. Kaneko. Oh, sorry. I was lost in thought. Izuku. What about? Kaneko. Izuku. I have to ask you. Izuku. What about? Kaneko. Izuku. Kaneko. Izuku. Do you think you have a sacred gear? Izuku. Sacred gear. What's a sacred gear? Kaneko. It's best we talk about it with the others. I'll explain it with everyone. Izuku nodded and the two went back to the others. Ricky. Seigi. Glad you're okay. Izuku. Thanks, Ricky. I wasn't at first, but Kaneko talked with me about it and now I feel better. But I guess I should tell you guys about my past too. Meowth. I really think you should. I already feel bad for you. And in an actual genuine way. Izuku then told everyone about his trauma. They were furious with his society. Meowth. But what was that about a war? Izuku told them about the war and they really felt bad for Izuku. Meowth. Oy vey, and I thought Jesse, James, and I had it bad. How are you still kickin'? Izuku. Well, I told Kaneko that every time I tried to commit suicide, I heard this deep voice in my head that gave me words of encouragement. I thought it was just my subconscious making that voice in my head to help me, but Kaneko thinks of something else. Ash. What is it? Kaneko. I think he has a sacred gear. Everyone stared at her with a blank face. Pikachu. And that is. Kaneko. Right, sorry, you'll have to listen closely to this. Everyone. Hi, Kaneko. Sacred gears are items with powerful abilities that are given to humans by the man upstairs himself. Meowth. Arceus. Tamao. No, those two are from different worlds. In Kaneko's world, the supernatural is all real. Meowth. Oy vey, Kaneko. Sacred gears vary in appearance and abilities throughout human history. Individual sacred gears have grown to enact miracles on my world's earth. Certain individuals with sacred gears have grown to become very powerful and influential. A large number of the people who've had their names written down in history were sacred gears users. Ash. Awesome, Kaneko. Sacred gears vary from common to rare. There can be more than one sacred gear of the same type. However, if a sacred gear is removed from the owner, they die. Izuku. What, Kaneko? I know. Anyways, only those who at least partly human can have sacred gears. It's possible to take a sacred gears from someone. It happened with my friend, Asia Argento. Izuku was writing this info down in his notebook. Izuku. Is it possible for a person to own multiple sacred gears at the same time? Kaneko nods. Kaneko. Sacred gears however can also affect their user negatively. There are wielders, often children, who end up dying because they have sacred gears. Pikachu. What effects do sacred gears have? Kaneko. It varies depending on the sacred gears. For example, Asia's sacred gear, Twilight Healing, grants near instantaneous healing, and the biggest pervert in my school has a very powerful sacred gear that automatically doubles his power every 10 seconds. They can also adapt and evolve based on their wielder's thoughts, needs, and feelings, gaining abilities or qualities as time passes. Izuku. This is all so amazing. Kaneko. Sacred gears fall into multiple different categories, but that will take too long to explain. Eri. And you think Papa has one? Kaneko. It's possible. After I met him, I could sense a sacred gear in him. But when I saw him use his quirks, I simply thought that was what it was. But when he told me about him hearing a voice inside his head, it's what made me think that my first hunch was correct. The pervert's sacred gear has a spirit sealed inside, so that may be the same case with Izuku. Izuku closed his notebook. Izuku. This is all fascinating, but I honestly highly doubt I have a sacred gear. I'm not from your world. Kaneko. That's what confused me the most. But when it comes to both our worlds, we should know by now to expect the unexpected. Riki. She's got a point, Seigi. Izuku. Fair. Kaneko. If you do have a sacred gear, it's got to be strong. Izuku. What makes you say that? Kaneko. Simple. Sacred gears are driven with the power of desire. And after hearing your past, there's no way your sacred gear hasn't been supercharged by your desire to become a hero. Izuku. Good point. But how do I activate a sacred gear in the first place? Kaneko. Simply focus on unleashing your sacred gear. Simple as that. Izuku. Alright, here goes. Izuku concentrates as hard as he can. He then starts to feel a bit of pain in his back, and out came. Kaneko was shocked. As for the others, everyone else. Amazing. Kaneko. No way, Tamao. Wow, I guess it's true. Red Bull gives you wings. Everyone face palms. Tamao. Come on, can't you take a joke? Izuku. Wow, so this is a sacred gear. Riki. Incognito, are you alright? Kaneko. Yes, sorry, I was just surprised. Izuku. Is it because it's not a good sacred gear? Kaneko. Quite the opposite actually. What you have is one of the most powerful sacred gears. Izuku. Really? Kaneko. Yes, that is one of the Longinus. Everyone stared at her with a blank face. Kaneko. Right, I forgot to mention that. Pikachu. Explain, please. Kaneko. Right, clears throat. Izuku. What you have is a mid-tier Longinus. The Longinus are the 13 original top-tier sacred gears. They are the most powerful sacred gears out there. There is only one of each. Izuku. They're really that powerful? Kaneko. The Longinus have enough power to kill even gods. Ouch. Everyone pauses for a moment. Everyone. Kaneko. Guys. Everyone. Fought. Kaneko. That's expected of a reaction. The Longinus are a unique category of sacred gears. Unlike other sacred gears, that have more than one of the same type, the Longinus are completely unique. Only one of each may exist at a time. Ash. Wow. Izuku. So you have the strongest sacred gear out there. The others face palmed. Pikachu. Ash. No. Ash. But Kaneko said. Pikachu. She said that he has a mid-tier Longinus. That means it's one of the strongest, but not the strongest. Ash. Oh, Izuku. So what sacred gear is this? Kaneko. Divine Dividing. Riki. So what does it do? Kaneko. I don't know much about it, but I do know two things about it. Izuku. What are they? Kaneko. Well, the first one's pretty obvious. It gives you the ability to fly. Everyone. Yeah, that is pretty obvious. Kaneko. But the other thing I know it can do is have your opponent's power every 10 seconds when coming into physical contact with them and add the halved power to your own strength. Everyone. Fought. Kaneko. Yeah, and Izuku has this sacred gear in his possession. This explains the voice in his head that was encouraging him. Some sacred gears have spirits sealed inside. Divine Dividing is one of them. Izuku. Wow, and all this time, I thought it was just my subconscious. Kaneko. However, there is a limit to the amount of power that you can safely contain. When you reach the limit, any excess power you get will be released out through your wings, so you'll always be at your highest potential. Izuku went back to writing in his notebook. Kaneko. One more thing. Everyone. What is it? Kaneko. Since he has Divine Dividing, he is the White Dragon Emperor. Everyone. What? Izuku. This is incredible. Kaneko. Yes, although. Izuku. What's wrong? Kaneko. The thing is, well, one for all is a stockpiling quirk, right? Izuku. Yes. Why do you ask? Kaneko. Because there's no telling how one for all has affected your sacred gear. Who knows how powerful it's become now? Izuku. You have a good point. Kaneko. And that's not even taking into account your immense desire to become a hero. No doubt, divine dividing has gotten significantly stronger from your desire alone, so adding one for all into the mix, it honestly gives me chills. Meowth. Oy vey, I almost pity all for one now. Almost. Tamao. I don't. Kaneko. Well, we better hide your sacred gear for now. At least until you get back to your world. People could easily mistake it for a quirk there, but definitely not in this world. Izuku nodded and concentrated on deactivating his sacred gear. His wings then disappeared. Ricky. With this power, Handyman and Power Stealer won't stand a chance. Everyone nods. Meowth. I hope Jesse and James are alright. Ash. I'm sure we'll see them again. Izuku. So stick with us and we'll bring you back to them. Meowth. You'd really do that for me. Izuku. That's what a hero does. Meowth. Thanks. I'm glad to have met you. Izuku smiled. And so, the gang kept walking through Route 119 and made it to Fortree City. They entered the gym and met with Winona. Winona. Oh, Ash, is that you? It's been a while. Ash. Great to see you again, Winona. Izuku. I'm Izuku Midoriya. And I challenge you to a gym battle. Winona smiled. Winona. Is that so? Then I accept your challenge. Everyone was at the battlefield. Kaneko. I've never seen an official Pokemon battle before. How does it work? Ash. The rules will be explained. Referee. The battle between the gym leader, Winona, and the challenger, Izuku Midoriya, will now begin. Each side will use 3 Pokemon and the battle will end when all 3 Pokemon on either side are unable to continue. Furthermore, only the challenger will be allowed to substitute Pokemon. Ash. There you go. Kaneko. What does he mean by substitute? Tamao. It means that Izuku can swap Pokemon, but Winona can't. Kaneko. I see, but when they say, unable to continue. Pikachu. He means if they faint, they're out. Kaneko. Oh. Referee. Battle begin. Winona. Go Swellow. Rotom Phone. Swellow, the swallow Pokemon. A normal and flying type. Swellow uses its impressive dive bomber speed and its large talons to capture its prey. Izuku. Its color is different. It must be a shiny Pokemon like Draken. Melody. Let's go beyond. He threw Melody's Pokeball and she came out. Winona. Isn't that the Dewford Siren? Izuku nodded. Referee. Battle begin. Izuku. Use Shadow Ball. Melody fired Shadow Ball but Winona didn't give a command. Kaneko. What is she doing? The Shadow Ball phased right through Swellow. Izuku. Ash. Izuku. Ghost-type moves don't affect normal types. Izuku. Oh, Winona. Swellow, use Aerial Ace. Melody was hit dead on. Izuku. You okay? Melody. Yeah. Izuku. Then use Alluring Voice. Winona. Dodge and use Peck. Swellow dodged the attack and began to use Peck. Izuku. Wait for it. Swellow was getting closer. Izuku. Wait for it. Swellow was about to strike. Izuku. Ice Beam. Melody used Ice Beam and it landed. Winona. Swellow. Izuku. Hydro Pump. Melody fired Hydro Pump at point blank range and hit Swellow and blasted him back. Winona. Swellow. Fly up and use Aerial Ace. Swellow used Aerial Ace. Izuku. Dodge it. Unfortunately, Melody couldn't dodge it. Winona. Hyper Beam. Ash and Pikachu. Uh-oh. Kaneko. Why uh-oh? Lazuli. Hyper Beam is a very strong move. Swellow. Take 2. Sorry. Melody couldn't get up in time and was hit. Izuku. Melody. Melody slowly got up. Izuku. Return. Melody was recalled. Ricky. What now, Seigi? Izuku thought about it before deciding on who to use. Izuku. Blaze. Let's go beyond. He sent out Blaze. Kaneko. A rabbit. Pikachu. Rab-o-ot. Airy. Go Blaze. Go. Izuku. Blaze, our opponent knows Hyper Beam. Do you think you can handle it? Blaze. Sure thing. Izuku. All right, referee. Then battle. Izuku. Wait, Winona. What's wrong? Izuku rubbed the back of his head. Izuku. I just realized that I never used Blaze in a battle before and have no idea what he can do. Is it okay if I learn about it first? Winona. Go ahead. Rotom Phone. Raboot, the rabbit Pokemon. A fire type. Raboot has fluffy fur that protects it from the cold and lets it use stronger fire type moves. Notice. This Raboot knows moves that it shouldn't. Izuku. Knows moves that it shouldn't. What does it mean by that? Ricky. Well, Pero's DNA is all messed up. He can't evolve into a Cinderace but does have the ability to use their moves and has their stats. Swellow. Wait, why can't you evolve into a Cinderace? Raboot's sweat dropped. Raboot. Well, flashback. The girl who got punched was a Lopunny. The first one who punched her was Pikachu's mother, Choo-Choo, and the other one who punched her was Pikachu's father, Pika. End of flashback. Everyone's sweat dropped. Blaze. Yeah, turns out that mom was pregnant with me and my DNA got messed up from those punches. Winona. Well, this got awkward. Izuku. Yeah, let me just check his moves. Okay, this can work. Ready. Referee. Battle begin. Ash. Izuku. Hyper Beam is a powerful move, but it's also risky. When used, the Pokemon Hole used it won't be able to move for a bit. Now's your chance. Izuku. Right. Blaze. Pyro Ball. Blaze. On it. Since Swellow couldn't move, he was hit dead on. Winona. Swellow, can you still fight? Swellow slowly got up and shouted as a way of saying yes. Winona. Then use Aerial Ace. Izuku. There it is again. No matter what we do, we can't seem to avoid that move. The only way to stop it is by countering it. Use Smackdown. Blaze. Right, Swellow couldn't avoid it in time. Izuku. Now, high jump kick. Referee. Swellow is unable to battle. Raboot wins. Izuku. Great job, Blaze. Blaze gave them a thumbs up. Winona. Swellow, return. Thanks for your help. Pelipper, your turn. Izuku. Hey, I saw that Pokemon before. Rotom Phone. Pelipper, the water bird Pokemon. A water and flying type. Pelipper carries small items in their mouths over long distances and, when tired, rest floating on the water. Izuku. Water, huh. That's not a good matchup with Blaze. Blaze. So what, just because that bird has the type advantage does automatically make it a win. Izuku. You're right about that. Referee. Battle begin. Izuku. All of Blaze's moves are physical. The only move he knows that can hit from a distance is Pyro Ball. So I'll have to rely on that until Pelipper gets up close. Pyro Ball. Blaze used Pyro Ball on Pelipper. Winona. Hydro Pump. Pelipper used Hydro Pump and obliterated the Pyro Ball. Izuku. Dodge it. Blaze was barely able to avoid it. Winona. Air Cutter. Pelipper fired Air Cutter at Blaze. He was able to avoid one of them, but the other one hit him. Izuku. Blaze. Winona. Hydro Pump. Pelipper was able to land a powerful Hydro Pump on Blaze. Blaze. Gah. Izuku. Damn it, I have to think of something. Wait. Hero Notebook number 15, page 47. Blaze. Come over here. Blaze nodded and rushed over to Izuku. Izuku. I have a plan. He whispered the plan in his ear. Blaze. Are you sure? Izuku nodded. Izuku. Trust me, now jump. Focusing on his legs, Blaze jumped as high as he could on the steel pillar behind where Izuku was standing and jumped off it again and got right in front of Pelipper. Pelipper. What the? Izuku. Now, Blaze. Improvised special move. Blaze kick. Luna Ring style. This but the yellow visual is fire. Pelipper was sent to the ground. Izuku. High jump kick. The attack landed and Pelipper was defeated. Referee. Pelipper is unable to battle. Raboot wins. Blaze. Phew. That was awesome. The ones in the stands. How did he come up with that? Winona. Pelipper, return. You were amazing. Thank you. I must say, I'm impressed. How did you come up with such a technique? Izuku. Before I entered high school, I would spend all of my time analyzing various techniques and how they work well in battles. A technique like the one Blaze just used is really something I saw veteran trainer use with their Lopunny. It seems to me that only rabbit Pokemon would be able to do something like that since it requires incredible leg strength for it to be pulled off. But since I was using Blaze, I decided to add Blaze Kick to it to make it my own technique. It was risky, but it paid off. Had it failed, Pelipper probably would have landed another Hydro Pump on Blaze and that would have put him out of commission. Glad it worked out. Winona. But it's not over just yet. Altaria, it's your turn now. Rotom Phone. Altaria, the humming Pokemon. A dragon and flying type. Altaria generally has a gentle personality, but when angered, it uses its shrill voice to intimidate foes before attacking. Izuku. Can you still go on, Blaze? Blaze nodded. Izuku. Then use Smackdown. Winona. Use Acrobatics to dodge and counter-attack. The attack allowed Altaria to dodge and hit Blaze, which knocked him out. Referee. Raboot is unable to battle. Altaria wins. Izuku. Blaze, return. Thanks a lot. You were awesome. Melody. You're up. Melody. Ready. Winona brought out a keystone. Everyone Kaneko, a keystone. Kaneko. What's a keystone? Ash. It's an item that trainers use to Mega Evolve certain Pokemon. Kaneko. Mega Evolve. I don't like the sound of that. Winona. Now, Altaria. Mega Evolve. Kaneko. What just happened? Pikachu. Altaria Mega Evolved. Winona. Dazzling Gleam. Izuku. Hydro Pump. Melody tried to counter the Dazzling Gleam, but it failed and hit Melody, causing her to faint. Referee. Primarina is unable to battle. Altaria wins. Izuku. Return. You did your best. Get a good rest. Winona. Glad to see you aren't mad at her for losing so easily. Izuku. It was my fault anyways. I should have known better than to force her to fight despite the damage she took. It's only natural she lost. Winona. You shouldn't put yourself down. I've met many trainers that blame their losses on their Pokemon. Sometimes they call them usual. Ricky. Bubububububu. Don't say that word. Winona, Altaria, and Izuku were confused. Although, the same could not be said about the rest, who knew about Izuku's past. Izuku. Anyways. Ricky, can I count on you? Ricky gave him a thumbs up. Izuku. Then let's go beyond. Ricky entered the battlefield. Referee. Battle begin. Izuku. Dragon-type moves are super effective against dragon types, so I need to rely on Dragon Pulse. Use Dragon Pulse. Ash. Crud, I forgot to tell him. Kaneko. Tell him what? Ricky fired Dragon Pulse at Altaria, but Altaria took no damage. Izuku. What? I don't understand. Ash. Izuku. I forgot to tell you that some Pokemon that Mega Evolve have their types change upon Mega Evolving. Altaria is one of them. Now Altaria is a Dragon and Fairy type. Dragon-type moves have no effect. Izuku. Winona. Dragon Pulse. Izuku. Dragon Pulse. Both Pokemon used Dragon Pulse and cancelled each other out. Izuku. I may not be able to use Dragon Pulse to attack, but I can still use it for defense. Wait. Notebook 13, page 25. Right. Ricky. Use Bone Rush and use it as a projectile. Ricky. On it. Ricky uses Bone Rush and throws them at Altaria. Winona. Dodge it. Altaria dodges the attack. Izuku. Don't let up. Ricky repeated the process. Pikachu. They're up to something. Kaneko. No kidding. Watching this gym battle had me learn that Izuku is very analytical. Sunshine. What does Analyc, Annalise, Pearl, and Alit Cal? It means that Izuku is able to gather information and use it to his advantage. For example, that attack Blaze did against Pelipper. I'm willing to bet that he learned about that technique from a hero with a rabbit quirk who used those techniques, and combined that with Blaze Kick. Sunshine. Oh, I get it now. Izuku. I knew it. Before, it was a dragon and flying type. That meant ground-type moves would have no effect. The fact that it's actually dodging the bone rush shows that it actually needs to avoid ground-type moves now. Ricky, use one for aura and jump. Ricky complied and jumped high up and got in Altaria's face. Altaria. Uh-oh. Izuku. Kalo's strike. Ricky landed an axe kick on Altaria and sent her tumbling to the ground. Ricky then landed safely, but everyone saw that Ricky's right eye turned green and Izuku's left eye turned red. Kaneko. Wait, what's with their eyes? Flare. I don't know. Pearl's eyes widened. Pearl C. Could it be? Leaf. Could it be what? Tamao. Don't ask me. Pikachu. Get ready. Meowth. For what? You know the drill by now. A giant veil of aura appears, Ricky's fur turns green, and Izuku gets a spike on each of his hands, a green Lucario tail, and green Lucario ears. The aura veil then bursts and leaves everyone who hasn't seen this happen yet surprised. Kaneko. What the hell? Meowth. Man, another one of those crazy twerp fusions. Pearl. I knew it. The bond phenomenon. Tamao. I did not see that coming. Winona. Quick, fly up and use flamethrower. Altaria flies up in the air and uses flamethrower. But, Izuku. 7th. Float. Izuku and Ricky jump high in the air using aura for all and avoid the flamethrower. Kaneko. How is Ricky using float? Ash explained the bond phenomenon to her, very poorly. Kaneko. I do not understand what you mean by boom, and whoosh, and bang. So Pearl gave her a much more clear answer. Kaneko. Now I understand. Winona. Altaria. Acrobatics. Danger sense went off and Ricky managed to avoid the attack. Izuku. Water shuriken. Altaria was hit by water shuriken. Izuku. 5th. Black whip. Altaria was wrapped in black whip and yanked his fist forward, bringing Altaria up close and ready for a punch. And then, imagine this, but instead of yellowish white, it's light blue. The attack landed major damage on Altaria and sent her to the ground. Ash. That was Meteor Mash. Kaneko. Meteor Mash. Pearl. It's a steel-type move. That's a great thing too. Mega Altaria is weak to 4 different typings. Ice, Fairy, Poison, and Steel. So it was twice as effective on Altaria. Altaria was on the ground, having fainted. Referee. Altaria is unable to battle. Lucario wins. That means the victory goes to Izuku Midoriya. Izuku and Ricky landed safely on the ground and turned back to normal. They then high-five each other. Kaneko. Pokemon are amazing. And so, Winona. Izuku. I had a lot of fun during our battle. Take this. Winona. The feather badge. Proof of your victory at the Fortree City gym. Izuku took it. Izuku. Thank you, Ricky. Only 2 to go. Izuku. So where do we go to next? Ash. First, we find a place to sleep. It's getting late. Then, we head through Route 120. That's where you and I will have our battle. Afterwards, we go through Route 121 to catch the boat that will take us to our next destination, Mossdeep City. That's where your next gym battle will be. Izuku. Alright then, we leave tomorrow, first thing in the morning. Everyone. Hi. Later that night, Izuku was staring at the moon. Izuku. I hope everyone back home is doing okay. It was the next morning and the team were walking through Route 120 until they stopped midway in a clear area. It was time for Ash and Izuku's battle. Ash. This should be a good spot to have a battle. Pikachu. Kaneko, why don't you be the ref? Kaneko. I don't know how to do so. Meowth. It's easy. Just say stuff like, battle begin, or, this Pokemon is unable to battle, that Pokemon wins. Kaneko. Oh, okay then. Clears throat. Okay, trainers, send out your Pokemon. Izuku. Alright, Ricky. Ready, Ricky. Ready, Pikachu. Let's do this. Ash. Hold on, Pikachu. Pikachu. Ash. As much as I want to use you, I have someone else in mind. Pikachu's ears drooped slowly. Pikachu. Dang it. Kaneko. How many Pokemon can a trainer have? Pikachu. They can carry 6 at a time. As for how many they can catch, there's technically no limit. Meowth. Is Chimmy in his party? Kaneko. Chimmy, Pikachu. An Infernape. And yes he is. Kaneko. I don't know what that is. Meowth. Do you have a phone? Kaneko. Yes, Meowth. We need to find a Rotom after this. Pikachu. Yeah, also, Meowth, I don't think he's using Infernape. I have a feeling I know who it is. Izuku. So, you aren't using Pikachu. I've never seen your other Pokemon. Who are you going to use? Ash brings out a Pokeball. Ash. This one, I choose you. He throws out his Pokeball and out comes Izuku. That looks like Riptide. Ash. Riptide. Ricky. The second user of One for Aura. Author's note. While Izuku and Kaneko were talking about his past, Ricky told everyone about One for Aura when Meowth finished explaining why he joined Team Rocket. Pikachu. Wait, the second user of One for Aura was a Greninja. That explains how you're able to use Water Shuriken. Greninja. You what? One. Ash. Long story. Izuku brought out his Rotom phone. Rotom phone. Greninja, the ninja Pokemon. A water and dark type. Greninja creates throwing stars from compressed water. When it sends them spinning at high speeds, they can split metal. Ash. Greninja, I could use your help here. We need to see Izuku and Ricky's limits. Greninja. Limits for what, exactly? Ash. You'll see. Kaneko. Battle begin. Ash. Greninja, Water Shuriken. Greninja followed that command and fired off Water Shuriken. Izuku. Aura Sphere. Ricky fired off Aura Sphere and the two attacks collided and exploded. Izuku. Kanto Strike. Greninja. Wait what? Using One for Aura, Ricky got in front of Greninja and kicked him, sending him back. Greninja. Youch. That is quite the strong kick you got there. Ash. Aerial Ace. Ricky didn't have time to react and got hit. Ricky. Gah. Izuku. Dragon Pulse. Ricky fired off Dragon Pulse at point-blank range. Greninja was blown back. Izuku. Now use Bone Rush. Ricky brought out a bone staff and rushed forward. Ash. Use Cut. The two attacks collide and they attack repeatedly until they jump back. And that's when the second one's Izuku and Ricky. A veil of water and another veil of aura appear. Kaneko. Wait, both of them. Pikachu. Yep, it's the reason why I'm not Ash's strongest Pokemon. 2. Izuku. So that's why you said you've used the bond phenomenon as well. Ash. Exactly. This is why I chose Greninja. Greninja. I'm impressed. I never thought I'd meet someone else with the bond phenomenon. Ricky. That makes two of us. What's with the giant water shuriken? Greninja. No clue. It just shows up. Not that I'm complaining or anything. Ash. Ready to continue the battle. Izuku. Ready. Water shuriken. Ricky used water shuriken. Ash. You use water shuriken too. The two water shuriken collide but Greninja's water shuriken overpowers it and hits Ricky in the stomach. Izuku and Ricky hold their stomachs in pain. Kaneko. Wait, what happened to Izuku? Ricky was hit, not him. Pikachu. It's a side effect. When the bond phenomenon activates, the trainer and Pokemon share everything together. Including pain. Kaneko. That's not good. Izuku. Okay, it looks like Greninja's water shuriken is stronger than Ricky's. Smokescreen. A thick purple smog covers the area. Izuku. Float. Ricky jumps up and gets above Greninja. Izuku. Hoenn Strike. Ricky comes right at Greninja. Ash. Double team. Ricky slammed his fist down onto one of the Greninja but it wasn't the real one. Ash. Water Shuriken. All the Greninja launched their giant water shuriken at Ricky from every angle. But danger sense went off. Izuku. Dodge it. Ricky avoided the real water shuriken thanks to danger sense picking up where the real one was. Izuku. Sinnoh Smash. Ricky launched towards the real Greninja and slammed his fist into Greninja's face, launching him back. Ash gripped his face in pain as the fakes disappeared. Ash. So strong. Greninja. Just what kind of Lucario is he? Ash. Aerial Ace. Greninja's hands and feet lit up and ran towards Ricky at speeds too fast for danger sense to pick up. Izuku. Block it. Both put their hands paws up to their face just as Greninja tried to punch them in the face. Since he hit the spikes, it caused some damage to him as well. Ash gripped his hands while Ricky was sent back. Izuku. Dragon Pulse. Ricky fired off Dragon Pulse. Ash. Don't let up. Use Water Shuriken on the ground. The two attacks collided, but Greninja's attack overpowered the Dragon Pulse. Ricky tried to avoid it, but was still hit in the leg. Izuku and Ricky. Gah. Izuku. Aura Sphere. Ricky shot an Aura Sphere at Greninja. Ash. Aerial Ace. Greninja used Aerial Ace and knocked the Aura Sphere back. But during that time, Izuku and Ricky were doing squats to store kinetic energy. Izuku. Foe 100%. Ricky shot forward at incredible speed, and then Ricky's spikes on his paws became leaf blades. They slashed Greninja in the stomach and sent him back. Ash. Gah. Ash and Greninja clenched their stomachs in pain. Greninja. That was Leaf Blade. Pikachu. Now Ricky knows Leaf Blade. Airy. So cool, man. That was a long nap. Ricky. A Sceptile. Sceptile. Keen grasp of the obvious, kid. The name's Blade. I'm the third user of one for Aura. Congrats on unlocking my signature move, Leaf Blade. Use it with care, or you could be like me and use it to slice watermelon. Your choice. Blade disappears and Ash, Greninja, Ricky and Izuku sweat dropped. Ash. Seriously, watermelon. Izuku. Wait, you saw him. Ash. Remember, I can speak to the spirits of the dead thanks to my aura abilities. Izuku. Oh, yeah. Ash. This should make things interesting. Aerial Ace. Izuku. Leaf Blade. Neither side was letting up. But Ricky has taken more damage than Greninja, so he's beginning to struggle. Izuku. Meteor Mash. Ricky used Meteor Mash and punched Greninja in the face, sending him back. Ash and Greninja clutched their faces. Izuku. Black Whip. Ricky shot out Black Whip and grabbed onto Greninja. He yanked his fist back and pulled Greninja to him and kicked him in the stomach. Ash. Gah. Aerial Ace. Greninja was able to break free of the Black Whip and jumped back. Ash. Let's finish this fight. Izuku. Right. Aura Sphere. Ash. A giant Aura Sphere. Greninja. Water Shuriken. Ignore Alan and Charizard. I couldn't find a shorter gif of this. The two throw their attacks at each other and they both hit their mark. A huge explosion happens and the entire field is covered with smoke. Kaneko. Such power. And he wasn't even using his sacred gear. When the smoke cleared, Greninja and Ricky were both still standing. But then. Izuku. Everyone looked at Izuku. Izuku. I can't move. I. Izuku and Ricky both collapsed and went back to normal. Kaneko. Our Ricky's unable to battle. Greninja wins. Greninja goes back to normal and they both fall on one knee. Ash. Phew. That was close. One more attack and we would have been done in. The others rushed to them. Airy. Papa. Uncle Ricky. Greninja. Don't worry. They're okay. They just need to rest for a bit. Airy sighed in relief. Kaneko. I guess we should wait before we continue our journey. The others nodded. Greninja. I must say though, that Lucario is really one of a kind. I can see why you chose me to fight him. But how is he able to do all that? Pikachu. I'll explain everything. Izuku's eyes slowly opened, but he was floating in a pitch-black place. Izuku. Huh, where am I? The last thing I remember was losing to Ash and Greninja. How did I get here? Izuku started to look around. Izuku. Pikachu. Greninja. Airy. Kaneko. Sunshine. Meowth. Ash. Ricky. Anyone. Hello. No one was there. Izuku. This isn't the vestige world of One for All. Where am I? Your mindscape. Izuku. Oh, that makes sense. Wait, WHO said that. That would be me. A bright light lit up the place. When the light died down, there stood Izuku. Ah, calm down. Izuku. Alright, sorry. No worries, it's understandable. Izuku rubbed the back of his head. Izuku. Haha, so, who are you? I am Albion Gwyber, the Vanishing Dragon. Izuku. And nice to meet you, Gwyber. Albion. Just call me Albion. Izuku. Alright, nice to meet you Albion. My name is Albion. I know who you are. I'm the spirit that resides in your sacred gear. Izuku. Seriously. Albion nods. Albion. I must say, It's nice to finally have a proper conversation with you for once. Izuku. What do you mean by that? Albion. Who do you think was the one stopping you from killing yourself all those times? Izuku. That was you. Albion. Yes, it was. I've been wanting to speak to you many times, but never got the chance. Your school does not let you catch a break, you know. 1. Izuku. Why yeah, I see what you mean by that. Albion. Plus, since you had no idea you had a sacred gear all this time, I wasn't able to talk to you for long. So I had to make it count. I've been lonely here. Izuku. Sorry. Albion. You don't need to apologize. Your world doesn't have sacred gears. To be honest, I have no idea how I ended up with you. But, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. That is something you humans say, right? Izuku. Why yeah, so, I'm here because you wanted to have some company. Albion. Well, that is one of the reasons. But there are more pressing matters to talk about. Izuku. What are they? Albion. For starters, I would like to talk to you about the Red One. Izuku. The Red One. Albion. The Red Dragon Emperor. A long time ago, back when I still had my body, I had many battles with the Welsh dragon, Drake. A being that could rival my power. We fought for many years, but one day, during our many battles, we were interrupted by the 3 factions of the supernatural, who were at war at the time. Angered by the interruption, we attacked the leaders. That led to us losing our bodies and our souls being sealed in 2 sacred gears. I reside in the divine dividing sacred gear while the Red One is sealed in the boosted gear. Even sealed in these sacred gears, our rivalry hasn't changed. Izuku. So, basically I'm getting dragged into fighting whoever has the boosted gear because you two just can't stop fighting. Albion was silent. Izuku. Albion. Yeah, pretty much. Izuku face-palmed. Izuku. Oh, for Arceus' sake. I've been in this world for a long time. Albion. Yeah, anyways, that's something to worry about in the future. But we have one other thing to talk about. Izuku. And that is Albion. Divine dividing itself. Since it's been laying dormant within you all this time, all it's been doing is gaining more power thanks to One for All. It almost concerns me. Almost. At this point, divine dividing might have the ability to do entirely new things that have never happened before. Who knows how it will work on people in your world? It could have added effects now, and where did you get that notebook from? Izuku. I always keep one on me. Albion. Were literally in your mind. 3. He shakes his head. Albion. Anyways, I'm not sure how it will affect your other quirks as well. But one thing's for sure, you're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Izuku smiled brightly. Izuku. Thanks Albion. Hey, I have a question. Albion. What is it, partner? Izuku. Do you think you'll be able to save Shigaraki? Albion. By yourself, no. No matter how much power you have, this isn't something you can do on your own. Izuku looks down. Albion. So that's why, you should do this with the help of others. Shigaraki needs help from multiple people, not one. If you can work together with all your friends, you'll be able to stop All for One and save Shigaraki. That, I promise. Izuku smiles. Izuku. Thanks, partner. Izuku was starting to fade away. Albion. It seems like you're waking up. Your new friends must be worried about you. Mumbles, especially the Nekomata. 1. Izuku. Will we be able to talk to each other from here on out? Albion. Yes, but it's best we don't unless we're sure it's just you and your friends. Some Pokemon have telepathy. We don't want them to freak out over you having a dragon in your mindscape. Izuku. That's fair. Albion. Good luck, partner. I know you'll become the strongest white dragon emperor of them all. With that, Izuku woke up, and Kaneko was sleeping with her head on his shoulder. Izuku. Kaneko. She woke up and realized the predicament she was in. She blushed and got up. Kaneko. Sorry, Izuku. It's fine. Ricky. Glad you're finally up, Sagi. I took the liberty of taking a photo of you two in your predicament. Izuku and Kaneko. You did what? Pikachu. You might wanna run. Ricky. You don't have to tell me twice. Ricky started to run from Kaneko. Eri. Papa. Izuku. Eri. Papa. Izuku. Eri. Papa. Izuku. Eri. Pikachu. PFF'd. That was funny. Izuku smiled. Izuku. So, what did I miss? Ash. Nothing much. We decided to wait for you two to wake up before continuing to Lilycove City. Izuku. Oh, glad to hear it. Later, everyone went back on the journey. Along the way. Stay away from them. Izuku. What was that? Kaneko. We better go check it out. They rushed towards the voice. There, they found Ash. A Blacephalon. Izuku. Blacephalon. Rotom Phone. Blacephalon, the fireworks Pokemon. A fire and ghost type. Blacephalon surprises opponents by exploding its own head, then absorbs their energy. Izuku. Fireworks. Aoyama would love it. They noticed something. It was trying to kill these two Esper. Rotom Phone. Esper, the restraint Pokemon. A psychic type. Esper's psychic energy can travel hundreds of feet, blasting everything around it. They also noticed someone protecting them. Someone who made Pikachu's eyes widen in shock and worry. Izuku. That Pokemon is causing them harm. We have to help them. Ash. It won't be easy. That's an Ultra Beast. Kaneko. An Ultra what? Ash. Ultra Beast. They're like aliens. Kaneko. Oh. Ash. In order to stop it, we have to catch it. But that's almost impossible with regular Pokeballs. Izuku. What do you mean by regular? Ash. We need to use these. Izuku. What are these? Ash. Beast Balls. They are designed specifically for catching Ultra Beasts. We need to use these. Izuku. Got it. Ricky. Hang on. That Pikachu over there. No. Could it be? Pikachu rushed forward without thinking. Ash. Pikachu. Blacephalon was about to hit the other Pikachu, but Ash's Pikachu came in just in time and slashed the Ultra Beast with his sword and flung it back. Pikachu. Eli, are you alright? The other Pikachu, now known as Eli, looked up to see Pikachu. Eli. No way, he's here. Ash. Why did Pikachu rush in like that? Ricky. I know why. Ash. Why, Ricky? Because that Pikachu is Eli. Big bro. Ash. Did he just say? Ricky. You heard it right. That's Inazuma's little brother, the only one left on his father's side of the family. That Pikachu means more to Inazuma than his own life. He'll do anything and everything to keep him safe. He raised him since he was an egg. Blacephalon. At HTEKHC Ustpitahapen. Translation. What the heck just happened? 2. Kaneko. What did it say? Meowth. No clue. Ultra Beasts always speak nothing but gobbledygook. Izuku was writing in his notebook. Izuku. Not exactly. The words are all scrambled. Kaneko. Wow, you learn fast. Eli. Oh, you're toast now. You're fighting against my big bro. He's the coolest, strongest Pikachu in the world. My strength pales in comparison to my big bro. Pikachu. Little bro, you're over-exaggerating. Eli. No, I'm not. You're the coolest. No one's as cool as you. Ricky. Forgot to mention. Minazuma idolizes Inazuma. Kaneko. That's kinda cute. Blacephalon. IILLW Yodrets OYU. Translation. I will destroy you. Pikachu. Little bro, what do you say we fight this Ultra Beast together? Eli. Really? I'm so in. Esper 1. Are you sure you can? Eli. With big bro here. Of course, he's the best, trust me. The two then charge at Blacephalon. Eli. You first, big bro. Pikachu. Sure thing. Thunderbolt. Pikachu fired off Thunderbolt at Blacephalon. But Blacephalon dodged it quickly. Blacephalon. LMAC IDMN. Translation. Calm mind. Eli got in front of Blacephalon. Eli. Thunder Punch. Eli was able to hit Blacephalon and send it back a bit. Blacephalon. Swataho Lock. Translation. Shadow Claw. Pikachu blocked it with his electric sword, zapping Blacephalon a little before it jumped back. Blacephalon. LMAC IDMN. Blacephalon used Calm Mind again. Izuku. Blacephalon used that move again. Why, It doesn't seem to do anything. Ricky. That's Calm Mind. It raises the user's special attack and special defense stats by 1 each. Izuku. I see. Pikachu. Iron Tail. Eli. Dig. Using their respective moves, Blacephalon grabbed onto Pikachu using Shadow Claw but wasn't able to keep Eli from hiding underground. Pikachu. Electroweb. Ash. That's just like when we fought Clemont and Diggersby back when he was still a Bunnelby. The Electroweb didn't fully form before it bursted in Blacephalon's Shadow Claw, sending it back. Pikachu. Now, little bro. Eli shot out of the ground and punched Blacephalon in the back. Pikachu. Quick attack. Pikachu shot towards Blacephalon, who had used Calm Mind again. He then used his electric sword and hit it before grabbing it and throwing it to the ground. Izuku. Why does it keep using Calm Mind over and over again? It doesn't look like it's doing any good. Blacephalon. YTCSLIAM or Phi. Translation. Mustall Fire. The two brothers narrowly avoided the attack. Eli. Surf. Pikachu. Thunderbolt. Using their respective attacks, Blacephalon got hit by them, but it used Calm Mind before it hit, and after. Izuku. Guys, something's wrong. Why is Blacephalon focusing more on raising its power rather than attacking? Ricky. Now that you mention it, it does seem odd. Pikachu. I think we got it on the ropes. Eli. Then what do you say we finish this off together? Pikachu. You bet. I'll combine Thunderbolt and Quick Attack. Eli. Great. Let's do this, big bro. Volt Tackle. The two came charging in as Blacephalon disregarded avoiding the attack and just used Calm Mind one last time. Their attacks then hit. Blacephalon was breathing heavily, but not out. The two brothers, however, were perfectly fine. Pikachu. Seems like it's tougher than we expected. No matter. One more attack should do it. The two Esper. Go, you two. Go. Blacephalon. Osfo. Translation. Fools. Izuku. Wait, we still don't know Blacephalon's final move. Ricky. Well, I don't see how it can help. Blacephalon. Erstdu Prio. Translation. Stored power. 1. The attack was devastating. With just one move, the two brothers were blown back and dealt so much damage, they were running on fumes. Eli. WH what? B big bro. What was that? Pikachu. I think it was stored power. The more stages raised in a user's stats, the stronger it becomes. Blacephalon must have been using Calm Mind so much, to power it up. Eli. B big bro, what do we do? Pikachu. Don't give up. We didn't get this far by giving up. The two slowly started to move towards Blacephalon. Meowth. Oy vey, how can they win like this? Izuku. I don't know. But then, a flamethrower hit Blacephalon. It didn't do much, but it was still surprising. Everyone turned to see. Izuku. Who's that? Ash. A Pignite. Izuku. Pignite. Rotom Phone. Pignite, the fire pig Pokemon and the evolved form of Tepig. A fire and fighting type. Pignite's food converts into fuel for the flame that burns in its stomach, and when fuel burns in its stomach, its speed increases. Kaneko. But whose Pignite is that? Before Blacephalon could react. This Pokeball will be able to catch the first wild Pokemon it hits. Blacephalon turns around and gets hit with a regular Pokeball. Ash. Wait, who said that? Kaneko. Must be the Pignite's trainer. Ash. Even so, there's no way that a regular Pokeball will be able to catch Blacephalon. But he was wrong. Blacephalon got caught in the regular Pokeball. Everyone fought. Ash. How did that even happen? I get that Pikachu and Eli weakened it, but still. Eli. Big bro, who are those guys? Pikachu. They're my friends. Oh, and the Lucario is Ricky. Eli. That's Ricky. Pikachu. Yep, hey, come here you guys. The gang rushed towards the fort to check on them. Ash. Are you guys alright? Pikachu. Yeah, but how did? Seems like you found your friends again. Glad to see it. They turned to see someone that Izuku knew about. His eyes were incredibly surprised. It was Kathleen Bate aka Stars and Stripes. But how? To answer that, we need to go back to when Kathleen died. Flashback. Kathleen's eyes opened in a white void. Kathleen. What happened? Where am I? Is this heaven? No, it is not, Kathleen bait. Nor is it hell. Kathleen. Wait, does that mean I'm in limbo? Well, not exactly. Kathleen. Who are you? I do not disclose any information unless I deem it necessary. All you need to know is that I am giving you a second chance at life. Kathleen. What are you talking about? You will understand soon enough. Very soon, you will wake up in a land unfamiliar to you. Kathleen. Canada. I guess I should have been a bit more specific than that. Listen, you will find your way home one day. But until then, remember to not waste your second chance at life. Kathleen. No offense, whoever you are, but this sounds very far-fetched. The strange voice chuckles for some reason. Sorry, I couldn't help but chuckle. Anyways, as you humans say, seeing is believing, so, you're about to see for yourself. Kathleen then blacked out. Later, Tepig. Hey, wake up. Come on, please, wake up. Kathleen slowly opened her eyes and saw the Tepig's ears. Kathleen. All might. Tepig went up to her face. Tepig. Who? Kathleen's eyes shot open. Kathleen. What the? She shot up. Tepig. Glad you're okay. I saw you falling from the sky. But you landed on a bunch of trees which slowed your descent, so I wasn't sure whether you survived or not. But, no offense, you're kind of freaky. Kathleen. Hey, Tepig. Sorry, but you grabbed my face after I told your sleeping self I was a Tepig. Kathleen. Why were you talking to me while I slept? Tepig. I was actually talking to myself. But that's not the point. When you grabbed me, you said, Tepig will now shoot water out of its nose. And now achoo. Tepig sneezed out water, surprising Kathleen. Tepig. Sniff see, I don't even know how that is physically possible. You know, for a Tepig. Kathleen. How is that possible? I thought my quirk was stolen. Something strange is happening here. Tepig. Miss. Kathleen. Oh, sorry, I know why this happened. It's my quirk. Tepig. Your, what? Kathleen. My quirk. Don't you know about those? You know, superpowers that 80% of the world have. Tepig. I have no idea what you're talking about. Humans don't have superpowers. Kathleen. But what about you? Tepig. I'm a Pokemon. Duh. Kathleen. What's a Pokemon? Tepig. What, you don't know? Kathleen. Wait, that voice I heard. It must have somehow brought me back to life, given back my quirk, and sent me to another world. Tepig. What are you talking about? Kathleen. Oh, I guess I should explain. Kathleen went on to explain her world to Tepig. Tepig. Whoa, that is cool, scary, and strange at the same time. So, you died and were brought back to life. And somehow transported to my world. We need to get you back somehow. Kathleen. Then I better find the answer. Tepig. No, we must find the answer. Together. Kathleen. Tepig. I want to help you. So will you let me? Kathleen. If we somehow get back to my world, you do know how dangerous it will be, right? Tepig. I know, but I want to do something for the benefit of others throughout my life. Make it something worthwhile. What better way than to help a heroine save her world? Kathleen smiled. Kathleen. Thank you. What's your name? Tepig. I don't have one. Why don't you come up with one for me? Kathleen. Pigmite. Tepig. Pigmite. Kathleen. My master, All Might. He had these bangs like your ears. That's why I confused you for All Might. So, Pigmite. 1. Tepig smiled. Tepig. I like that name. Okay. From here on out, I will be Pigmite. End of flashback. Izuku. No. Way. Kaneko. Izuku. What's wrong? Izuku had stars in his eyes. Izuku. Translation. Oh my Arceus. You're stars and stripes, the #1 hero of America. But how are you here? I thought you were killed on your way to Japan and mutter mutter mutter. Kaneko. Snap out of it, Izuku. Izuku. Oh, sorry. Kathleen laughed. Kathleen. Looking at your outfit, I can tell you're from my world. It's been a while since I met someone from my world. Eri. Hello, Ms. Star. Kathleen. Ah, you're such an adorable little girl. Izuku. This is my adopted daughter, Eri Midoriya. I'm Izuku Midoriya. Can I have your autograph? Everyone except for Izuku, Eri, and Kathleen deadpanned. Kaneko. I had no idea he was such a fanboy. I mean, I know he idolizes All Might, but I thought it was just All Might. Kathleen overheard her. Kathleen. So, a fellow fan of All Might, huh? Sure thing, kid. She signed his notebook. Izuku had stars in his eyes and it was adorable. Kaneko blushed, seeing him like that. Kaneko. Was he always this cute? Wait, why am I thinking that? Kathleen. As for how I'm alive, I'm still piecing the answer together. For now, though, I'll tell you what I know. The two Esper and Eli approached the gang. Izuku. Eli. Are you traveling with my big bro? Izuku. Yeah. Eli. Do you think you can capture us so we can help you out? Izuku. Are you sure? Eli. Yeah, I wanna help out and be a hero like big bro. Esper. And we believe you can help us with evolving. Izuku smiled. Izuku. Sure thing. Kaneko. I'll take one of the Esper. You take Eli. Izuku. Okay, and I think I know someone who would love the other Esper. Ricky. Who? Izuku. My homeroom teacher, Mr. Aizawa. He's a cat person. He loves all cats. Meowth's ears perked up. Meowth. All cats. Izuku then caught Eli and one of the Esper while Kaneko caught the other one. Izuku put Melody and the Esper in the box and brought out Eli, who climbed on top of Izuku's shoulder. Pikachu. Nice up there, isn't it? Eli. You bet, big bro. Kathleen. Now, I should tell you all how I'm still alive. But first, I believe you should take this Ultra Beast. I'm sure you can put it to good use. Kathleen gives the caught Blacephalon to Izuku, who places it in the box. Kathleen then went on to tell them everything. Kathleen. And that's everything that's happened since I left America. Ash. Good thing you're alive. I know how it feels to be dead. It's not a good thing. Everyone looks at him. Izuku. I'm sorry, what? Ash. Anyways, what's your quirk? Everyone. He just ignored the question. Kathleen. It's called New Order. It allows me to set a rule onto my surroundings after touching the target and calling out their name, allowing me to manipulate and bestow new properties onto themselves and the world around them. This can range from simple descriptions to more conditional ones based on cause and effect. I can give myself additional abilities, as well as manipulate the condition of my opponent's body. Aside from physical entities such as people, New Order is able to affect incorporeal things such as the air, laser beams, and even other quirks. I can even impose new rules on New Order itself. The rules remain active even if the quirk is removed. However, I can only make 2 rules at once and the limits aren't omnipotent. I can't just make myself invincible or something. Izuku was muttering about New Order. Kaneko. Wait, you have a quirk that can defy reality itself, and you still lost. Why? Izuku. Hang on, it might be because Shigaraki is having an identity crisis right now. He probably isn't sure if he's Tamura Shigaraki, All for One, or even Tenko Shimura. So her quirk probably won't work on him. Kathleen. Now that you mention it, I did impose a rule on him that if he moved, his heart would stop. That explains why it didn't work. Kaneko. Sorry, Kathleen. Don't be, it's not like you knew. Izuku. Hey, why don't you join us on our journey? Kathleen. I'd like to, but Pigmite and I need to find a way to get back home. Izuku. That's exactly what our journey's end goal is. Kathleen. It is, Ricky. If Sagi wins the Pokemon League, he'll get the Azure Flute. Pigmite. Of course, that's the key to getting to Arceus. Kathleen. Okay, what am I missing here? Ricky. Arceus is the god of our world. Kaneko flinched. Ricky. If anyone can get you guys back, it's him. But to do that, Sagi needs to win the league. Pigmite. And before he can do that, he needs to get 8 gym badges. Kathleen. Oh, now I understand. In that case, heck yeah, I'll join you. Izuku. Oh my arse us we're traveling with the #1 hero of America, this is the great stick Antwitic wait. Translation. Oh my Arceus. We're traveling with the #1 hero of America. This is the greatest. I can't wait. Eli. Does he do this often? Almost everyone shrugs. Eri. You'll get used to it. Sunshine. It's making my head spin. Izuku. Oh, sorry. Kaneko. Why is he so cute? Kathleen. One question before we continue. Izuku. Sure, you can ask me anything. Kathleen. How did you adopt that little girl? Did a Pokemon introduce you to her or something? Eri then took off her hat. Kathleen. Oh, she's from our world too. Izuku. Yeah, but I'm not sure if I should. Eri. You can tell her and Ms. Kitty, Papa. I'm okay with it. Izuku. Are you sure? Eri nods. Kathleen. Wait, Ms. Kitty. Kaneko showed her Nekomata side. Kathleen. Is that your quirk? Kaneko. Actually, I'm from a different world. She went on to explain her world. Kathleen. I'm gonna be honest here. That sounds awesome. Anyways, about how you adopted the adorable unicorn. Izuku went on to tell them how he saved Eri and what she went through. Kaneko. She was experimented on. Like Yuto. Maybe worse. How awful. I'm glad Izuku saved her. No wonder she calls him Papa. Kathleen put her hand on Eri. Kathleen. You're a brave little girl, you know that. Eri smiled brightly. Ricky. Later. The gang had finally gone back on their journey. Eli. So, what type does the next gym specialize in? Pikachu. Psychic. I'm not a big fan of psychic types though. Izuku. Why is that? Ash. We've had a lot of trouble with psychic types in the past. We don't want to talk about it. 2. Izuku. I'll take your word for it. The gang finally arrived in Lilycove City. Kathleen. Whoa, this place is nice. Blaze. This is Lilycove City. A place that's undergoing a sort of revival thanks to Pokemon contests. Kaneko. Pokemon contests. Izuku. What are those? Ash. Well, Pokemon contests are when a trainer uses their Pokemon on stage and they go all flash and BWOOSH and are judged for that. Kathleen. What? Kaneko. For the love of Pikachu. Good grief, Ash. They don't understand what you mean like I do. Eli. You understand what he's saying, big bro. Pikachu. I've known him for 6 years now. I was able to catch on. Eli. You're so cool, big bro. Kathleen. Your little brother idolizes you. Pikachu. I wish he'd stop over-exaggerating so much. Ricky. Inazuna, you literally raised him on your own. It's only natural. Blaze popped out of his Pokeball and held Eri's hand. Blaze. Let me explain about Pokemon contests. You see, Pokemon contests are a type of competition often contrasted with Pokemon battles and held in contest halls. Pokemon are judged on their condition and moves in 2 rounds, to determine which one is the best of its category. A Pokemon contest is divided into 2 parts. In the first round, called the performance stage, coordinators have their Pokemon performing their moves in order to showcase their style and skill. The appeals are awarded points by a panel of judges. The coordinators with the highest scores proceed to the next round. The number of coordinators that advance to the second round varies. The second round is the battle stage, in which coordinators compete in Pokemon battles while continuing to show off their Pokemon's style and skill. Each battle lasts 5 minutes and the object of the battle is to decrease the opponent's points. Coordinators lose points when their Pokemon are hit by an attack, when their Pokemon's attack fails, when the opponent's Pokemon performs a particularly appealing move, or when the opponent's Pokemon uses their Pokemon's attack to its own advantage. A battle can also end when one of the Pokemon is unable to battle, called battle off by the judges. In this case, the coordinator with the remaining Pokemon is declared the winner. A coordinator needs a contest pass from a particular region to enter Pokemon contests there. Coordinators who win 5 ribbons of a specific region are able to enter that region's grand festival. A ribbon won from events such as the Wallace Cup can be used in any region. Also, ribbons do not expire, and multiple years can be used to collect the 5 needed for the grand festival. However, after being used to enter the grand festival, the 5 cannot be used again. Winners of the grand festival earn the ribbon cup and become top coordinators. Kaneko. See, that's a much better explanation. Kathleen. You know, if we weren't trying to get back home, I would totally try it out. Eri. How do you know so much? Blaze. My little sister. She always dreamed of joining a contest, so I researched everything about Pokemon contests and taught her what she needed to know. Ash. That's very nice of you. Blaze. Thanks. Pikachu. Well, the boat to Mossdeep City should be here in about 2 hours, so we'll have to wait for a little while. Ash. Pikachu. It's great to see you guys again. They turned to see Ash and Pikachu. Dawn. Piplup. Dawn. Long time no see you two. Ash and Dawn high-five each other. Piplup. Hey, who are these guys? Ash. Oh, these are my new friends. This is Izuku Midoriya, his Lucario, Ricky Steele, his Raboot, Blaze, his Pikachu, Eli, his adopted daughter, Eri Midoriya, Kaneko Tuho, Sunshine, Solar Flare, Pearl, Leaf, Molly, Kaneko Tuho, her Glaceon, Lazuli, Kathleen Bate, and her Pigmite. Dawn. Nice to meet you all. I'm Dawn, and this is Piplup. Piplup. Yo, Izuku. Piplup. Rotom Phone. Piplup, the penguin Pokemon. A water type. Piplup is a proud Pokemon and an excellent swimmer, and it has a layer of down that keeps out the cold. Izuku. That's really cool. Dawn then noticed Meowth. Dawn. Meowth. Why are you here? Izuku filled her in on what happened. Dawn. Oh, I understand. Sorry. Meowth. Meowth. It's fine. Dawn. Hey Pikachu. Pikachu. What's up? Dawn. I have someone who's been dying to see you for a while now. Pikachu. Huh, who is? Uh-oh. Dawn and Piplup chuckled a little. Eri. Why, uh-oh. Everyone else shrugged. Dawn. Come on out. She threw a Pokeball and out came. Blaze's eyes widened. Izuku. What Pokemon is that? Rotom Phone. Baniri, the rabbit Pokemon. Baniri perks up its ears at the first sign of danger. It tucks its head into its fur to sleep on cold nights. Izuku. Oh, I see. Why is she wearing a vest? Dawn. Because she loves to wear it. Kathleen. Makes sense. Baniri. Pikachu. Pikachu. She jumped towards Pikachu and knocked him to the ground. Baniri. I missed you so much. She was nuzzling his cheek. Pikachu. Baniri. Please stop. Whoa. Blaze was giving him a death stare. Pikachu. Blaze. Why are you looking at me like that? Baniri. Wait, Blaze. She looked towards Blaze and gasped. Baniri. Brother. Everyone. Brother. Blaze. Peeboo. Mind explaining why my little sister was nuzzling you? Pikachu. Whoa. Baniri. Come on, brother. Why are you always so overprotective? Blaze. Kira, you're my only sister. Of course I'd be overprotective of you. Pikachu. Wait, your name is Kira. Dawn. Why didn't you tell me? Piplup. Or me, Kira. You never asked. Blaze. So, I'm going to burn you to a crisp, Peeboo. Blaze started chasing Pikachu around. While that was happening, Ash filled Dawn in on all that has happened. Dawn. Well, Izuku. I wish you good luck. Piplup. Hang on, why don't we travel with them again and help cheer them on? Dawn. I don't mind it. What about you guys? Kaneko. The more the merrier. Ash. Sure thing, you should see Ricky in action. He almost defeated Greninja. Dawn. Whoa, really? Then Ricky must be strong. After that, the gang saved Pikachu from Blaze and they got ready to depart on the boat. But 30 minutes before it arrived. Keep away. The gang turned to see James running away from Jessie. No, that isn't Jessie. Meowth. Oy vey, not her. Dawn. Hey, I remember her. Ash. So do I. Izuku. Who is that? Dawn. That's Jezebel. Jezebel. Vileplume, go. Rotom phone. Vileplume, the flower Pokemon. A grass and poison type. Using the largest flower petals in the world, it spreads large clouds of pollen that cause allergic reactions. Dawn. She's James's fiancée. But she's a total control freak who is a stuck-up elitist woman and obsessive. James doesn't want to marry her, but she is constantly trying to force him into it. Kaneko. That sounds like with Rias. Ash. I still don't know what a fiancé is. Everyone looked at him funny. Dawn. Sai still as clueless as ever, I see. Jezebel. Stun Spore. Vileplume used Stun Spore and caused James to fall down unable to move. Jezebel laughed like a mad woman. Jezebel. No more running now. James was terrified, but then Izuku grabbed her shoulder. His hair covering his eyes. Jezebel. Huh, who are you? James. Wait, I remember you. Izuku. Hey, let him go. He doesn't want to marry you. Jezebel. This doesn't concern a low-class person like you. Izuku didn't show any reaction for it. Dawn. I kinda expected him to get angry at that comment. Meowth. Nah, the twerp's been told much worse. Dawn, Piplup, Kira, Kathleen, and Pigmite. What do you mean? Blaze. Trust us, you don't want to know. Izuku. I said, leave him alone. If he doesn't want to marry you, he doesn't want to marry you. End of story. Jezebel. And I said for you to stay out of it. This doesn't concern you. Izuku. You know, all my life, I wanted to be a hero. And you should know, meddling when you don't need to, is the essence of being a hero. Now I'm going to say this one last time. Leave him alone. Danger sense went off and Jezebel tried to punch him. But he caught her fist. Jezebel. What? Izuku. I guess you leave me no choice. Just as he was about to use one for all. Hey, kid, what's going on? He turned to see Izuku. Who are you? I'm Officer Jenny. Now, could you please tell me what's going on? Jezebel. He tried to attack me for no reason. Izuku. What? Jenny. I see. Izuku. Jenny. I just need you to answer some questions. Jezebel. Yes, Jenny. If that's true, why is he only holding your shoulder and fist? Also, why is it that the man with blue hair is scared of you, but not him? Jezebel started sweating. Jezebel. Izuku. Can I give you my side of the story, ma'am? Jenny. Call me Jenny. And yes, Izuku. I saw her chasing that man trying to force him to marry her. She had her Vileplume use Stun Spore on him so he would stop running away. I simply grabbed her shoulder and told her to stop, but she said that it doesn't concern a low-class person like me. Not the worst thing I've been called, but it was still rude. After trying to convince her 3 times, she tried to punch me and I caught her fist. Truth be told, I was planning on punching her, but then you came and here we are. Jezebel. He's lying. Jenny. Why would he lie about that? If he was really lying, he wouldn't have openly stated that he was going to punch you. I believe him. But, kid, why did you do that? Izuku. Because it's always been my dream to become a hero. And my idol once told me that meddling when you don't need to is the essence of being a hero. Jenny pat him on the head. Jenny. You've got guts, kid. Pretty heroic of you, if you ask me. She approached James. Jenny. I need you to tell me the truth. Whose side of the story is correct? James. It's Izuku Midoriya's side of the story that's correct. Jenny. Is that your name, kid? Izuku. Yes, Jenny. All right then, miss. You're under arrest for harassing this man, and trying to punch a minor. And with that, Jezebel was taken away. Izuku held out his hand. Izuku. James, are you okay? James started to cry tears of joy and hugged him. James. Wah, thank you so much. I'm finally free from her. Izuku gently pat his back. Izuku. It's okay. You have nothing to fear now. Because I am here. Dawn. Wow, never thought I'd see this side of James. Kathleen. You should know, Dawn, bad guys are people too. They aren't born, they're created. Every villain usually has a reason why they went down the path of evil. I'm willing to bet that Jezebel was the reason why James became a villain in the first place. Kaneko. I wonder, would he be willing to help Rias? I shouldn't ask him about it yet. He already has his own problems. After that, James decided to join the others for 2 reasons. To find Jesse and to repay his debt to Izuku, even if Izuku said that there was no need for him to feel indebted to him. With that, they boarded the boat to Mossdeep City and took off. The gang has finally arrived in Mossdeep City. Kaneko. So this is Mossdeep City. It's pretty cool. Ash. I know, right. Meowth. Jesse, James and I once tried to steal their rocket. Izuku. Why, James? We're Team Rocket. Kind of in the name. Kathleen. Makes a bit of sense. Dawn. I'm sure your gym battle there was a good one, Ash. Ash. It was. Pikachu and Swellow fought hard. Can't wait to see how Izuku will handle it. The team went to the gym and entered to find. See, there's no need to fight. You're right. Izuku. A Sylveon. The 3 looked towards the gang. Ash. Hey Tate. Hey Liza. Pikachu. It's been a while. Tate and Liza. Ash. Pikachu. Great to see you again. Sunshine. Mommy Sylvia. Sunshine went up to hug Sylvia. Sylvia. Sunshine. I was so worried about you. I'm glad you're okay. Sunshine. It's thanks to my new friends. Sylvia approached them. Sylvia. So you guys took care of her. Thanks. I'm Sylvia. Everyone introduced themselves to her. Flare. It's great to see you again, Sylvia. Sylvia. I'll say, so is the gang all together. Lazuli. Not really. We still don't know where Black, Crystal, and Speed are. I mean, our friend, Izuku has an Umbreon, but he's not black. He's stronger and way more interactive. Sylvia. Can't wait to meet him. Izuku. Her energetic personality kinda reminds me of Najire. Kaneko. Tate, Liza, I'm surprised you two are getting along so well. Siblings tend to fight a lot. Izuku. It's because of Sylvia's ribbon-like feelers. They send out waves that have a calming effect that can put a stop to conflicts. Kaneko. Really? Izuku nodded. Izuku. So, Tate, Liza, I'm here to challenge you both to a gym battle. Tate and Liza. We accept your challenge. That's when Max and Bonnie came in. Max. Hey Tate, Liza, I'm here too. Ash. Izuku. Ash. Max. Bonnie. Izuku. Hey, Max. Hey Bonnie. It's been a while. Ricky. You're here to challenge this gym too. Max. Yeah, now that the grand festival is over, we can focus on my side of the journey. Bonnie. Hey Dawn. Thanks again for the great match. Dawn. Hang on, you 3 know each other. Max. We met at the Duford gym. Didn't think we'd see each other until the league. Is that Ricky? He evolved. Ricky. Sure did. Liza. Hey, Izuku, would you mind if Max joins you? Our gym battle involves double battles and we both fight you, so it would be fairer to do so. Izuku. I'm in. What about you, Max? Max. Sure thing. With that, they went to the battlefield. Referee. The battle between the gym leaders, Tate and Liza, and the challengers, Izuku Midoriya and Max Maple, will now begin. Each trainer gets to use 1 Pokemon and only 1. The battle will be over when both Pokemon on either side will be unable to continue. Send out your Pokemon. Tate and Liza. Go Solrock, Lunatone. Rotom Phone. Solrock, the Meteorite Pokemon. A rock and psychic type. Sunlight is the only source of Solrock's power. It can float silently through the air. Lunatone, the Meteorite Pokemon. A rock and psychic type. Lunatone is believed by some people to have come from outer space. It moves around most actively during full moons, and its powerful red eyes instill fear in anyone who beholds them. Max. Gardevoir. I choose you. He sent out a Gardevoir. Rotom Phone. Gardevoir, the Embrace Pokemon. A psychic and fairy type. If Gardevoir's trainer needs protecting, Gardevoir creates a small black hole by using all of its psychic power. Izuku. Incredible. Ricky. Let's go beyond. Ricky. Right. Referee. Battle begin. Max. Gardevoir. Light screen. Gardevoir. On it. Izuku. What's this? Max. Light screen. It's a move that halves the damage of ranged attacks. When I saw Ash fight Tate and Liza, I noticed that a majority of their moves don't make physical contact. So Light Screen will halves that power. Izuku. Kaneko. That's a smart move. Bonnie. Max, Dawn, and I have learned a lot while traveling with Ash. Dawn. Not just us. We both know that Ash has traveled with way more people. Ash. You're not wrong. Liza. Use Ice Beam. Lunatone. Ice Beam. Izuku. Dodge it. Max. You too. Ricky dodged it. Izuku. Use Aura Sphere on Solrock. Ricky fired off an Aura Sphere at Solrock. Tate. Use Psychic and launch it back. Solrock did just that. Izuku. 1 for Aura. Use it with Bone Rush to knock it back. Ricky powered up 1 for Aura and used Bone Rush like a bat, knocking the Aura Sphere at Solrock at an even greater speed. Too great for it to avoid. Max. Future Sight. Gardevoir used Future Sight and wormholes appeared and electrified psychic energy went into those wormholes. Liza. Light Screen. Lunatone used Light Screen as well. Max. Moonblast. Gardevoir used Moonblast, but the Light Screen appeared around Lunatone, having the damage. Max pushed his glasses up. Max. I had a feeling something like this would happen. So I taught Gardevoir a physical move. Shadow Sneak. Gardevoir's shadow snuck up behind Lunatone and started hitting it. Since it's a physical move, it's not affected by Light Screen. On top of that, being a ghost-type move, it is super effective. Tate. Solar Beam. Solrock started to gather up sunlight. Max. Izuku. You have to act fast. Solar Beam is a powerful grass-type move. Izuku nods. Izuku. Leaf Blade. Tate. Liza. Solrock. Lunatone. Max. Gardevoir. Bonnie. Dawn. Piplup. Kira. Sylvia. James, and Dedenne. Wait, what? Ricky jumped towards Solrock and used Leaf Blade and hit Solrock, causing a critical hit. Max. How? No, Lucario can use Leaf Blade. When Lucario landed, everyone took notice that Ricky's right eye turned green and Izuku's left eye turned red. And then, you know what comes next. Bonnie. Is that what I think it is? Kira. Pikachu, isn't that? Pikachu nods. Pikachu. It is. Max. Oh my Arceus. Izuku. Ready Ricky. Ricky. Ready. Solrock then unleashed Solar Beam, but thanks to Danger Sense, they avoided it. Izuku. Float. Ricky jumped up, used Float to stay in the air. Gardevoir. Max, that is no normal Lucario. Max. Clearly. Liza. Ice Beam. Lunatone shot Ice Beam at them and hit them. But they felt half the pain they should have felt thanks to Light Screen. That's when Future Sight came in and hit the 2 Meteorite Pokemon, causing a decent amount of damage. Max. Izuku. Can you bring Ricky over here? I have an idea. Izuku nods. Izuku. Ricky. Come over here. Ricky. Coming. Ricky came over. Izuku. What's the plan? Max. What can Ricky do like this? 'Cause I know Lucario don't fly. Ricky. I was floating. There's a difference. Izuku. Well, in this form, we share powers. So right now, he has my powers. The other powers are called Smokescreen. It's self-explanatory. Danger Sense. Also self-explanatory. Fa Jin. By repeating a motion over and over again, we can temporarily store kinetic energy to be released later. And Black Whip. We can shoot out black tendrils of energy and use them for mobility or as a capture weapon. Max. Perfect. Here's the plan. I need you and Ricky to capture those 2 with Black Whip. But you'll have to slow them down a little. Think you can do that? Izuku. On it. Let's do this, Ricky. Ricky. Right. Izuku. Water Shuriken. Ricky launched his water shurikens at Solrock and Lunatone. Liza. Use Psychic and have them hit each other. Lunatone did just that. Izuku. Smokescreen. Ricky sent out a massive blast of purple smoke. Tate. How can we see anything in here? Izuku. Ricky. Find their aura. Izuku then saw the world through Ricky's eyes and found where they were. Izuku. There. Go. Ricky launched himself towards them, and then the attack hit both Pokemon and dealt lots of damage to them while clearing the smoke for everyone to see what happened. Solrock and Lunatone were sent to the ground. Tate. What? Max. That was. Darkest Lariat. Ricky. Another one. You bet. Another one. The name's Wildfire. Great job unlocking my signature move. But there's no time to waste. Ricky nodded and the spirit left. Izuku. Quick, Ricky. Black Whip. Ricky shot out Black Whip and caught Solrock and Lunatone from a far distance. Thanks to the massive damage from the Darkest Lariat, they didn't have enough strength to break free. Max. Great job, you guys. Gardevoir and I will finish it off with this. Izuku. What's that? Max. AZ Ring. With it, I'm able to use a powerful move, known as AZ Move. He then takes out. Max. This is a Ghostium Z Crystal. With it, Gardevoir and I will be able to use the Ghost type Z move. Get ready. Izuku. Right. First, he crossed his hands over his face, then the Z Crystal started to shine brightly. Then, he brought his arms down and crossed them in front of him, and then he brought his hands up in a classic ghost position, you know, when kids pretend to be ghosts. And then, the hands all reached for the two Pokémon and a massive explosion happened. When the smoke from the explosion cleared, the two Pokémon were knocked out. Kaneko. That was incredible. Referee. Solrock and Lunatone are both unable to battle. This means that the victory goes to Izuku Midoriya and Max Maple are the victors. Ricky and Izuku go back to normal. Max. Alright, we won. Izuku. Yeah, great job you guys. Max. Thanks, but we couldn't have done it without you. And so, Liza. You guys were incredible. Tate. Take this. Tate. The mind badge. Proof of your victory here. They both take their mind badges. Max. Thanks. Now I can enter the league. Izuku. Wait, what? Max. Yeah, Bonnie and I went out of order. How many badges do you have left? Izuku. Just one, now. Izuku showed Max his badges. Max. Seems you're missing the rain badge in Sutopolis City. Izuku. Then that's where we head to next. Max holds out his hand. Max. I'll meet you at the Pokemon League. Izuku shook his hand. Izuku. I'll win it. Max. As much as I want you to win it, I'm not just going to throw in the towel. So let's make our battle at the league a good one. Deal. Izuku. Deal. And with that, they all left the gym and rented boats to head to their next destination. Luckily, they were able to earn enough money to do so. The team was getting closer to Sutopolis City. During their boat ride, Kaneko was filling Dawn in about sacred gears. Izuku. We're almost there. But then, stop. They turned to see. Izuku. What Pokemon is that? Rotom Phone. Finizon, the dolphin Pokemon. A water type. It likes playing with others using the water ring on its tail. It uses ultrasonic waves to sense the emotions of other living creatures. Then, a bunch of other water Pokemon show up. Kathleen. 10 water Pokemon. Izuku. I recognize some of them. But who are the others? Rotom Phone. Poliwag, the tadpole Pokemon. A water type. The swirl on its body is its internal organs seen through its skin. The swirl can look different, depending on where a Poliwag lives. Izuku. A tadpole, huh. Rotom Phone. Slowking, the royal Pokemon. A water and psychic type. If a Shelder bites a Slowpoke's tail, Slowpoke evolves into Slowbro. But if a Shelder bites a Slowpoke's head, the Slowpoke evolves into Slowking with the intelligence of a genius. Izuku. Genius, huh. Rotom Phone. Binacle, the two-handed Pokemon. A rock and water type. Binacle stretch and contract their bodies to pull their rocks along with them. They eat seaweed that they find washed up on shore. Izuku. Stretch and contract. That's like Shoji's Dupli arms. Rotom Phone. Azurill, the water ball Pokemon. A water type. Azurill is able to throw its tail like a lasso, using the momentum to move about. Izuku. Interesting. Rotom Phone. Surskit, the pond skater Pokemon. A bug and water type. Surskit moves as if skating across the water. Izuku. Skating. Rotom Phone. Squirtle, the tiny turtle Pokemon. A water type. During battle, Squirtle hides in its shell that sprays water at its opponent whenever it can. Izuku. Sprays water, huh. Rotom Phone. Froakie, the bubble frog Pokemon. A water type, Froakie protects its body with tiny bubbles. Although it may appear defenseless, it constantly checks its surroundings. Greninja is its final evolved form. Finizon. You are not going any further. Kathleen. Why not? What did we do? Froakie. It's because of you humans that our home is being destroyed. Izuku. Hold on, what are you talking about? Surskit. You humans are in league with that dumb bald guy with the Electivire. Dawn. Dumb bald guy with an Electivire. Izuku. Could you give us more detail please? Poliwag 1. As if we would tell you humans when you kidnapped our newest friend. Izuku. What, Ricky? What do you mean, kidnapped? Sobble. Our friend, Crystal. You humans kidnapped her and are going to sell her. Pikachu. Back up, is this Crystal a Vaporeon? Squirtle. Yeah. Pikachu. You gotta let us through so we can save her. Izuku. Pikachu, why did you get that reaction after hearing this Crystal is? Pikachu. She's Flare's sister. Everyone, the Evolution Squad, Pikachu, and Eli, what? Izuku. Please, let us through. Azurill. No, how are we supposed to trust you? Izuku. Please, let us help you, we want to save your home. Finizon. Why, what do you have to gain from this? Izuku. Nothing, nor do we want to gain anything. Just knowing that your home, and you, are safe, is good enough. The water Pokemon stayed quiet for a minute. But then, Finizon. Fine, we, the Ocean Defenders, will guide you. But if you don't keep your word, you will pay for it. They then showed the way. They reached their destination and saw that there was some construction going on over the reef of where they live. They were destroying the reef without any second thought. Izuku. This is awful. Kaneko. These people aren't even caring about the Pokemon that live here. Pikachu. Look, they saw, she was trapped in a cage. And in front of that cage was. Author's note. I hate this guy. Ash. Hey, I remember him. It's that guy, Mr. Greedy Creep. Izuku. Huh, Ash. Wait, that's not his name. I forgot it. Dawn. Ash, you know that guy. Ash. He tried to get rid of my friend Kiave's farm, the Masked Royals Arena, even used an Ultra Beast as a pedestal. He uses dirty tactics to get what he wants. Like blocking the water that Kiave's farm uses, cheating in arena matches, he once had his Electivire use Thunder on Kiave's little sister. Everyone. What, Froakie? So, let me get this straight. You stopped him before. Ash. Multiple times. Finizon. Guess we can trust you guys. Squirtle. Wait, where'd the broccoli kid go? He was gone. 2. That's it. Keep it coming. Crystal. Why can't you just let us be? Who cares? No one's gonna care about your home being destroyed. There's plenty of coral reefs in the world. Just move there. Worker. Viren, sir. Viren. What now? Worker. Is there supposed to be purple smoke coming around here? Viren. Purple smoke. What are you talking about? He didn't answer back. Viren. Ahem. I asked you a question. Izuku. I don't think he'll be answering you for a while now. I knocked him out. Viren. Huh, who are you? The smoke clears and they see Izuku holding the unconscious body of Viren's worker. Izuku. I'm Izuku Midoriya. But you can call me Deku. And you? Viren. I'm Viren, CEO of Rainbow Happy Resorts. What do you think you're doing here? Izuku. Stopping you from destroying this reef. Viren. You're wasting your time, kid. Electivire. Get rid of him. Rotom Phone. Electivire, the Thunderbolt Pokemon. An electric type. One Electivire can produce enough energy to power every building in a large city for an entire year. Izuku. I see, I can't use my quirks without drawing suspicion. So, Tamao, let's go beyond. Izuku brought out Tamao. Tamao. Let's do this. He sees Crystal. Tamao. Whoa, who the heck would dare cage a beauty like her? Crystal blushed. Crystal. Be beauty. Izuku. He did. I need your help to stop him. Tamao. You can count on me. Viren. Electivire, use Thunder Punch. Electivire charged at Tamao. Izuku. Use Dig. Tamao burrowed his way down and avoided the thunder punch. Viren. Hey, quit destroying my structure. Distracted, Viren forgot to take notice into the super effective attack that Tamao was about to unleash, and Electivire took a lot of damage. Izuku. Seems he cares more about his structures than his own Pokemon. Viren. Use Thunder. Electivire used Thunder. Izuku. Spin around and use Flamethrower. The flames were going everywhere. Izuku wasn't just aiming to defeat Electivire. He knew how Viren would act over losing. He would just continue destroying the reef regardless of whether he won or lost. He had to show him what it's like when something you care so much for gets destroyed. Electivire's thunder was countered and he was hit instead, but Viren only cared for his structure that was getting destroyed. Viren. Stop destroying it. I'm trying to build a water park here. Izuku. You're doing all of this for a stupid water park. That's why you're running these water Pokemon out of your home. The others were watching from a distance and everyone but Eri was looking scared. Ricky. I've never seen him get this angry. Eri. I have. When Papa and I took down Overhaul. For most, it's terrifying. But I only see it that way if it's directed at someone who I care for. Not someone like Overhaul or that meanie over there. Viren. Electivire, use Rain Dance. Electivire used Rain Dance and it started to rain. Izuku. Rain Dance. That's it. Crystal. Try and break out of the cage now. Crystal. Right. Hydro Pump. Using Hydro Pump, Crystal was able to break free from the cage. Izuku. Are you okay? Crystal. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks to you and that hot Umbreon over there. 1. Tamao. Are you flirting with me? Crystal. I'd say I'm pretty good at it. Tamao. Viren. Use Thunder. Electivire tried to hit them with Thunder, but the other water Pokemon, Hydro Pump. The combined Hydro Pumps were able to easily counter the Thunder. Izuku. Thanks, you guys. Now, Tamao, let's hold on. They heard a voice from the sky. Looking up, they saw Ash, Tapu Koko, Izuku, Tapu Koko, Rotom Phone, Tapu Koko, the land spirit Pokemon, an electric and fairy type. This guardian deity of Melee is brimming with curiosity. It summons thunderclouds and stores their lightning inside its body. It confuses its enemies by flying too quickly for the eye to follow. It has a hair-trigger temper but forgets what made it angry an instant later. Tapu Koko quickly came in front of Izuku. Tapu Koko. You. Izuku. WH what? Tapu Koko. Here. He gives Izuku a Z ring, as well as 4 Z crystals. Kaneko. Hey, aren't those Ash Z crystals? Tapu Koko. Viren comes from the Alola region. I want you to defeat him with an Alola original move. Consider it a gift for a hero. Izuku gained a determined look and nodded. He then put the Darkium Z into the Z ring. And then, Izuku. It's time to go beyond. Plus Ultra. Use Black Hole Eclipse. Tamao jumped up and unleashed a huge black hole that Electivire, and even the entire construction, got sucked in before it exploded. Destroying the structure, leaving Electivire fainted, and everyone splashed down into the water before getting caught by Izuku's Black Whip and taken to the boat. Izuku. Is everyone okay? Tamao. Yeah, but that was awesome. Izuku. Tapu Koko. Thank you. Tapu Koko. My pleasure. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to take Viren and his crew back to Alola and report them to Officer Jenny. Izuku. Probably a lot of Jennies there too. Sure thing. He gives Tapu Koko the scammers and they all left. The group was then encountered by the water Pokemon. Fineizen. Hey, sorry for being rude to you all. Izuku. It's alright, I understand. You were just worried that I would cause more harm. But now, you've got your home back. Fineizen. Yeah, but we still have a lot of training to do before we can become the real ocean defenders. Izuku. If you'd like, I have a bunch of friends who are also training to become heroes. It's a long story, but I feel like you guys would be a great help to them. Azurill. Really, you still want to help us even more? Izuku. It's what a hero is supposed to do, right? Fineizen. Yeah, it is. What do you guys say? Water Pokemon. I'm in. Crystal then noticed Pikachu and Eli. Crystal. Peeboo. Eli. You guys are here too. Pikachu. Yeah, we're all helping each other out. And I saw you flirting with Tamao. Crystal. You know him. Pikachu. We've been friends since before Eli hatched. Crystal. Okay, I'm coming too. Izuku. Then, I guess I better catch you all. Izuku then proceeded to catch the Pokemon and they continued on their journey until they finally arrived at Sutopolis City. Meanwhile in Alola. So, did you give it to him? Tapu Koko. Yes, I did. I am thankful that you suggested to have me give him a Z ring and those Z crystals. I expect that he will do more great things in the future. UA was in panic. First, they lose Izuku, their best chance at surviving this war. And then, they lose his adoptive daughter, Eri. Everyone was worried, but none more so than Inko Midoriya. She was currently in her room that Ua provided her. Inko. Izuku. Eri. Why? But then, she heard footsteps. Followed by the door to her room opening. And then, she came face to face with the hooded figure that started this whole mess. Inko knew about the hooded figure because Aizawa told her what had happened. The hooded figure then walked towards her. Scared, Inko backed away and looked for a weapon. She then found one and picked it up. Inko. Stand back, I have a chancla and I'm not afraid to use it. 2. The hooded figure stopped. Inko then heard a feminine voice from the hooded figure. Hooded figure. You're Inko Midoriya, am I correct? Inko nodded shakily. Hooded figure. You're worried about Izuku and Eri, aren't you? Again, she nodded shakily. Hooded figure. You don't have to worry about them. They're both safe. Inko. Why should I believe you? Hooded figure. Because, I'm a mother as well. I wouldn't dare to hurt someone so important to a mother such as yourself. Inko said nothing and the hooded figure sighed. Hooded figure. I suppose introductions are in order. My name is. She then takes off her hood to reveal. Aurora. Inko. What did you do to my son and granddaughter? Aurora. I didn't do anything to Eri. As for Izuku, to explain what I did, I'll need to give you some insight. But rest assured, your son is okay. Inko. Go on. Aurora. To get things straight, I'm not a human with a mutation quirk. I'm not human at all. Inko. What? Aurora. I'm what's known as a pocket monster. Or Pokemon, for short. Pokemon are creatures from a completely different world. A world where quirks do not exist. Inko. What? Aurora. Yes, I come from a different world. However, up until a few years ago, you humans couldn't understand with us. Nowadays, Pokemon can speak human language. Pokemon are basically like those Nomu in your world. Creatures with multiple quirks. Unlike Nomu however, we have a choice in what we do. Inko. And they all look like you. Aurora. No, there are over 1,000 different kinds of Pokemon. But there are multiple Pokemon of the same kind. As for me, I'm a Lucario. Inko. Lucario. Aurora. Yes, I'm the Aura Pokemon, Lucario. As for where your son is, he's currently in my world. Inko. So why did you send my son to your world? Aurora. Inko. Would you do anything and everything for your son? Inko. Of course, he's my baby boy. Why? Aurora. Because so would I. And the fact that you would do anything and everything for your son, shows how much of a caring mother you are. While I said that quirks don't exist, I slightly lied. There is one, a quirk just like your son's. One for aura. It stockpiles aura and turns it into strength. Inko's eyes widened. Inko. Is it well known? Aurora shook her head. Aurora. It's not that well known. Inko. How do you know about it though? Aurora. My husband, Max Steel, and my son, Ricky Steel are the 9th and 10th users of this quirk. Inko. What? Aurora nodded. Aurora. Unfortunately, Max died before Ricky was born. And I have no idea how to control one for aura. It pains me every time I see Ricky use it. Whenever he uses it, he breaks his bones. And eventually, the time came for him to move out and become independent. But as a mother, I constantly worried about him. And I know you felt the same way when your son had to move out. Inko nodded. Aurora. About a week after he left, I prayed to my world's version of God, Arceus, to help him with controlling his power. That's when I was brought to him. Inko. Wait, how? Aurora. As I just said, he's my world's version of God. Inko. Oh, right, Aurora. Needless to say, I was in complete shock and awe standing right in front of Arceus himself. He heard my prayer and told me of a plan he had. Inko. What plan? Aurora. Here's the thing. There's this Pokemon, known as Celebi. Celebi is a time-traveling Pokemon. One day, Celebi made its way into your world and used its time-traveling abilities. And what it saw was the aftermath of the war that your son will soon be fighting in. And it wasn't that great. Inko was worried. Inko. Did Izuku make it? I really hope he did. Aurora. Don't worry, he survived. Inko. Did you read my mind? Aurora. It's one of the things I can do. As a Lucario, I have telepathy. Inko. Whoa, Aurora. Whoa indeed. Anyways, although the heroes won the war, the end result wasn't good. Tenko Shimura was killed, Himiko Toga died from blood loss, Toya Todoroki was slowly dying, Katsuki Bakugo would have died if it weren't for Edgeshot. There were many major injuries that happened to Izuku and his class. Izuku ended up losing his arms for a little while. He also ended up with a big scar on the right side of his face, and your son lost his quirks. Inko. What? Aurora. I know, although the heroes won, the outcome could have ended much better. When Celebi saw what had happened, they rushed back to Arceus to inform him of what had happened. Inko looked down. Aurora. Not long after that, Arceus heard my wish to help my son. That's when he brought me to him. He then gave me a mission. He wanted me to send your son to our world. That way, he could teach my son how to control one for Aura. And also, while he's there, he will be able to build a massive army of Pokemon to help fight in this war and change the outcome of the fight. Inko looked at Aurora. Aurora. With an army of Pokemon joining the war, the outcome of this battle will be much different. That's why I sent Izuku to my world. He and Ricky will be able to help each other out. So please understand, I didn't like the fact that I ended up making you worried, but I only had one opportunity. It had to be when Izuku met with Kurogiri so that I could inject him with a trigger drug that had a bit of the ruler of space, Palkia's power in it in order to warp him to my world. When Izuku is ready in Arceus' eyes, he will be brought back to this world. Inko then hugged Aurora. Inko. Thank you for helping him. Aurora hugged back. They then broke the hug. Inko. But what about Eri? Aurora. Arceus sent her to my world so she could reunite with Izuku. Arceus brought her to where one of my son's best friends were so he could join Izuku after helping Eri find him. Inko. Thank you for telling me. Aurora. You're welcome. But please, don't tell anyone. The only reason I'm telling you is because you're Izuku's mother. I'm trusting you to keep this a secret. Inko. I understand. Thank you. Aurora. You're welcome. Now, I have to leave before I'm spotted by anyone else. She puts her hood back on to hide her face and she turns to leave. But before she opens the door, she stops and turns her head towards Inko. Aurora. Inko, we will meet again one day. I promise. We will meet again when your son returns. Inko. I'll be looking forward to it. Goodbye, Aurora. Aurora. Goodbye, Inko. And with that, Aurora left without anyone else noticing. Inko. Izuku, I hope you and Ricky are getting along well. I look forward to seeing you and Eri again, as well as meeting Ricky. The team enter the gym. Wallace. Well, it's been a while since I've seen you, Ash. Ash. Hey, Wallace. Wallace then sees James and Meowth. Wallace. You, Kathleen. You don't need to worry. They're cool now. Wallace was skeptical, but Ash convinced him. Wallace. So, did you come here for a match? Ash. Not me, Izuku. I am. Wallace. I see. Well, I accept your challenge. They then got into position. Izuku. This is it. If I win this, I enter the league. I have to give it my all. Referee. The battle between the gym leader Wallace and the challenger Izuku will now begin. Each side uses 4 Pokemon. Kaneko. 4. Dawn. Not all gyms follow the same code. This one is very different from the others. Referee. The first battle will be a double battle. When Juan's first 2 Pokemon are unable to battle, the rules will change into a single battle. When all 4 Pokémon on either side are unable to continue, the battle will be over. Furthermore, only the challenger is allowed to substitute Pokémon. Battle begin. Wallace. Whiscash. Luvdisc. Go. Izuku. Let's see. Rotom Phone. Luvdisc, the rendezvous Pokémon. A water type, Luvdisc lives within warm ocean waters. It especially loves to sleep in the branches of Corsola. Whiscash, the Whiskers Pokémon. A water and ground type. Whiscash has strong territorial instincts and goes berserk when any enemy approaches, creating earthquakes. Izuku. I see, so using Eli isn't a good plan. And on this terrain, Blaze is at a major disadvantage. Same thing goes for Amber. In that case, Tamao, Melody, let's go beyond. He sends out Tamao and Melody. Wallace and Dawn. Isn't that the Dewford Siren? Melody. I am. Wallace. I wasn't expecting this. Tamao. Let's bring it on. Kathleen. Why isn't he using his Lucario? Dawn. I wonder why as well. Izuku, Pikachu, and Kaneko, you'll see. Wallace. Luvdisc. Use Water Pulse. Luvdisc shot out a ball of water. Izuku. Tamao, you use Water Pulse too. Wallace and Dawn. Wait, what? Tamao shot out Water Pulse and the 2 attacks cancelled each other out. Izuku. Tamao, jump on top of Melody. Melody, rush at them. Tamao jumped on top of Melody's back and they dove into the water. Wallace. Go after them. They did just that. Wallace. Use Waterfall, Whiscash. Whiscash dove under Tamao and Melody and rammed into Melody's stomach, sending them all up in the air. Izuku. Tamao. Use Leaf Blade. Wallace. Leaf Blade. Tamao's tail became a leaf blade. The attack landed on Whiscash. Wallace. Attract. Izuku. Attract. Luvdisc used Attract on Tamao and Melody. Tamao. Uh-oh. The move had no effect on Melody, but Tamao became infatuated. Izuku. Tamao. What happened? Tamao. Luvdisc, you're so beautiful. Izuku. Use Thunderbolt. Tamao didn't do anything. Wallace. Aqua Tail. Whiscash used Aqua Tail on Tamao and the attack landed, sending him into the water. Izuku. Tamao. Melody. Save him. Melody. On it. Melody dove into the water and grabbed Tamao. Wallace. Luvdisc. Draining Kiss. Luvdisc dove into the water and gave both Melody and Tamao a draining kiss. Melody. Gah. Izuku. Damn it. There has to be a way. Wait. That's it. Melody. Get as high up as you can. Melody heard his command and did just that. She shot up from the water. Wallace. What could he be planning? Izuku. Now, use Ice Beam and freeze the water. Wallace's eyes widened. Primarina nodded and used Ice Beam on the water and froze the entire body of water with Luvdisc and Whiscash inside. The 2 then landed and the effects of Attract wore off on Tamao. Tamao. Huh, what happened? Why is the water frozen? Izuku. I'll explain later. Melody. Jump again. Tamao. Use Hyper Beam. Tamao jumped on Melody's back and she jumped high into the air. Tamao. I've wanted to say this for a long time. I'm firing my laser. BWAAAAH. Kaneko. Did he just? Pikachu. He's always been a fan of memes. Kira. I thought he used to be a bully. Kaneko. Memes are for everyone. Kathleen. She's right. The attack landed and defeated Luvdisc and Whiscash. Tamao and Melody landed back in the water. Referee. Luvdisc and Whiscash are unable to battle. Umbreon and Primarina win. Tamao. Phew. Can't really move right now. Izuku. Tamao. Melody. I think you've done enough for now. Tamao. But, Izuku. I understand you want to continue, but the way you both are now, I'm not so sure you can tackle on anymore. Tamao. Alright, I understand. Melody. Same. Izuku then returned the 2. Dawn. Why take them out of the fight completely? Kathleen. Because he cares that much for his Pokemon. His decision is reasonable. Ash. Nothing to worry about, though. Izuku and Wallace swapped sides. Wallace. Seeking. Your turn. Izuku. Seeking. Rotom Phone. Seeking, the goldfish Pokemon. A water type. Seeking is the evolved form of Goldeen. It's sharp, Drill-like horn is capable of crushing even stone. Izuku. Interesting. Alright Eli, let's go beyond. He sent out Eli. Eli. Let's do this. Pikachu. You can do it Eli. Kira. Wow, you seem to care for him. Pikachu. Well, yeah. He's my little brother. Kira. Brother. Dawn. I didn't know you had a brother. Ash. How do you think I felt? Referee. Begin. Wallace. Use rain dance. Seeking used rain dance and it started to rain. Airy and sunshine. Yay. Musical note it's raining. It's pouring. Musical note. 1. Kira. Ah, that's adorable. Izuku. Eli. Get ready. Eli got down on all fours. Wallace. Surf. Seeking started surfing. Izuku. Dig's not going to work here. Use surf as well. Eli started to surf towards him. Wallace. Horn attack. Seeking's horn started to glow. Izuku stayed silent as he waited for the right time. And then. Izuku. Now Eli. Use your lightning swords. Eli brought out an electric sword, and both attacks made contact. However, Seeking took much more damage. Izuku. Now, Eli. Thunder punch. Eli's fist was coated in electricity and attacked Seeking. Wallace. Hyper beam. Seeking redirected himself and hit Eli with hyper beam. Izuku. Eli. Pikachu. Bro. Eli was sent into the water, but he was still able to continue. Izuku. You okay? Eli. Yeah, Izuku. I have a plan. Use your electric swords and put them in the water. Eli nodded and did just that. This caused the entire area to be electrified. And Seeking was in the water. This caused Seeking to faint. Referee. Seeking is unable to battle. Pikachu wins. Pikachu. Alright Eli. Eli. Yes, Ricky. 1 to go. Wallace. I must say, I'm impressed. You've been able to counter my Pokemon by playing to the field's strengths. Izuku. In a battle with a hero and villain, you have to make use of your surroundings. Wallace. But you still have to face this. Melodic. Rotom Phone. Melodic, the tender Pokemon. A water type, Melodic is said to be the most beautiful Pokemon in the world. Ricky. Meh, I think Amber is much more beautiful. Eli. Let's keep going. Izuku. Are you sure? Eli. Yeah. Izuku. Alright then. Use Volt Tackle. Eli started to use Volt Tackle and jumped across the platforms at incredible speeds. Wallace. Use Twister. Izuku. Twister. Eli got hit by the Twister. Izuku. Eli. Eli was pushed back a bit, but he kept charging forward. Eli. I won't falter. Big Bro would push onwards. I will too. Eventually, despite the damage of constantly being hit by Twister, he was able to land a direct hit. Izuku. Eli, you did it. Eli. Why yeah, I did. Wallace. Use Recover. Melodic completely recovered. Eli. WH what? Wallace. Hydro Pump. The attack hit Eli and he was knocked out. Referee. Pikachu is unable to battle. Melodic wins. Eli. Sorry, Izuku. Don't be. You did great. Ricky. My turn. Izuku. Yeah, let's go beyond. Ricky jumped in. Referee. Begin. Wallace. Use Dragon Pulse. Izuku. You use Dragon Pulse too. Both Pokemon used Dragon Pulse and cancelled each other out. Izuku. Leaf Blade. Wallace. What kind of Pokemon does he even have? Ricky used Leaf Blade and rushed towards Melodic. Wallace. Twister. Melodic once again used Twister and hit Ricky. Izuku. There's gotta be a way to counter Twister. Wait, I got it. Ricky. I have a plan. Ricky. What's the plan? Izuku went on to tell him the plan while he was dodging a bunch of Dragon Pulses. Ricky. Good idea. Izuku. Leaf Blade. Ricky got Leaf Blade ready and rushed towards Melodic. Wallace. Twister. Melodic fired off a Twister. Izuku. Now, Galar Strike. With the incredible wind pressure, Twister was countered. Wallace. That is incredible. Melodic was then hit by Leaf Blade. Ricky then jumped back, his right eye now green while Izuku's left eye is red. And then, a giant veil of aura appeared and when it cleared, the two were in their powered-up form. Dawn. What? Kathleen. I did not see that coming. Izuku. Sinnoh smash. Ricky rushed to Melodic and punched it in the face and sent it back. Wallace. Dive underwater and use Twister. Melodic dove underwater and got right below Ricky. That's when danger sense went off. Izuku. Below you. Ricky jumped off the platform and got far with float and a giant water tornado showed up right after. Ricky. That was close. Wallace. Hydro pump. Melodic stopped the Twister and hit Ricky with hydro pump. Izuku. Gah. Ricky fell to the ground. But he got up. Wallace. Recover. Melodic recovered from most of the damage. Izuku. Damn. Even if I still manage to do plenty of damage, the problem is that recover. It's like the super regeneration quirk. Izuku then remembers. Izuku. That's it. Ricky. Come over here. Ricky nodded and jumped to Izuku. Izuku then put on his Phytonium Z. But then, the crystal changed too. Izuku. Is this a new Z crystal? Despite what happened, Izuku knew what to do. So he activated the Z crystal and Ricky charged up a lot of Z power. Wallace. I've got a bad feeling about this. Ricky rushed at Melodic and the blows just kept coming. Wallace. Quick, keep using recover. Melodic did it over and over again, but it wasn't doing any good. The blows were too fast. Until finally, Melodic was unable to recover anymore. And then, Izuku and Ricky. United. Regions of Pokemon World Smash. That final kick did the trick. Melodic completely collapsed after that. Referee. Melodic is unable to battle. Lucario wins, which means that the victory goes to Izuku, the challenger. The two return to normal. Izuku. We did it. Ricky. Yeah. Everyone in the audience was in awe. Kathleen. That was quite the move. Ash. I've never seen a move like that before. After that. Wallace. I must say, Izuku. That was one of the best matches I've ever had. Take this. The Rain Badge. You earned it. Izuku took it with a smile. Izuku. We did it, Ricky. Now all that's left is to win the league. Ash. Great job, Izuku. So, where are we going now? Ash. Evergrande City. That's where the Pokemon League is being held. Izuku. Then let's go. And with that, they left for Evergrande City. To be continued. Please note that this FIC is currently ongoing. For latest chapter follow the author link in the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now we will see you in the next video.